Chapter 3761. This group of people had almost killed all 9 of the divine trees. In order to strengthen themselves, they had almost sucked all 9 of the divine trees dry. That was why they were able to break through, and later on, the initial God creation realm was protected. This was obviously because of the Tao creation divine lord. Now that the Tao creation divine lord was no longer around, the order in the entire most ancient era was in chaos. In the eyes of the beast creation race emperor, the initial God creation realm must have stored a large amount of energy. Chu Jinfeng said, "That guy who was going to the initial God creation realm used some cruel methods to absorb the power of the 9 trees through the creation of a beast." Chen Shang was also aware of this matter, but after that, the beast creation race was sealed, while the other creation races were able to benefit from it. Alliance chief, the strength of that clan emperor is so strong. If he were to charge in, it would be troublesome. Chen Shang was very worried about this matter, so the beast creation race emperor must be very angry right now. For the time being, you don't have to worry, because the medicine creation divine continent has 9 divine trees. These 9 divine trees contain a lot of energy, and they can be said to be the foundation of the entire most ancient era. As long as the 9 divine trees don't fall, the barrier around the medicine creation divine continent can stop anyone who cultivates and produces the world-defying stage divine source. Chu Jinfeng said, "Even if it's beast creation race who wants to enter in large quantities, it's still not easy." "Why, I saw quite a few beast creation races before," Chen Shang said. "My master had originally set up an invisible barrier here. If there are too many people who possess the bloodline of a beast, they would open the barrier after a certain amount of time and be able to kill those beast creation races. That's why they didn't dare to come in too often," Chu Jinfeng said. Chen Shang finally understood why the beast creation race could come in but not that many. It was because they had this worry. If the spirit formation within is destroyed, then we'll be in trouble. Chu Jinfeng laughed bitterly. "I wonder if something like that would happen." Chen Shang felt that he shouldn't worry too much about this, because the tree soul had already been rescued. It was certain that it could stop this kind of thing. Later, Chen Shang entrusted Chu Jinfeng to Zuo Xingfeng. Chu Jinfeng was originally here to refine pills, and he was also the disciple of the Tao creation divine lord. This made Zuo Xingfeng very happy. Chen Shang released the man in gold from a secret room. This man in gold was from initial God creation realm. When Chen Shang saved first beast creation ancestor, this guy had always come out to stop him, and now, he was finally holding onto his hand. Our initial God creation realm will not let you go." The golden-robed man was filled with resentment, because his world-defying stage divine source was destroyed, and he no longer had a powerful cultivation, as he was slowly growing older. "Your initial God creation realm is about to die, why aren't you letting me go?" Chen Shang laughed. "HMPH, there are many people in our initial God creation realm who can cultivate world-defying stage divine source. If it wasn't for the fact that most ancient era can't handle so many people who can, we would only need a day to flatten the most ancient era." The golden-robed man's voice was full of threat. "If you bring me back to the altar, it might save you a bit of trouble. Do you still remember the clan empress of the beast creation race? This guy is an evil creation saint body, and he has already cultivated the world-defying stage divine source." Chen Shang smiled slightly. "Right now, he is outside medicine creation divine continent's barrier. As long as I throw you out, you would definitely want to die." When the golden-robed man heard Chen Zhang's words, he could not help but shiver. "What are you doing?" The golden-robed man hoped that Chen Shang could kill him with one slash, and he also didn't want to fall into the hands of the beast creation race. "Answer my question," Chen Shang said. "I can promise you that I won't let you die, rather, I will let you be locked in here." "All right," the golden-robed man immediately agreed. It could be seen that he was truly afraid of the current beast creation race. "How did you guys absorb the divine tree's power through the beast creation race back then?" asked. First beast creation ancestor had said before that it was a very cruel method. "Eat the crystal nucleus condensed from the body of the creation beast, we need to dig it up raw. Then we can let the creation beast absorb the power of the divine tree, and then I can eat the beast core that created the beast." The golden-robed man said, "If a beast ages, it will be killed by us." Chen Shang frowned. He was unable to differentiate between man and beast back then. Why is first beast creation ancestor always able to recover his strength so quickly? That is his indestructible body. Chen Shang asked again. The recovery power of first beast creation ancestor had always been a mystery. Because he ate the world-defying stage divine source condensed from the 9 divine tree, and this world-defying stage divine source is very special. It will not make him strong, but it will allow him to have an indestructible body. In addition, he has the evil creation holy body, the thick evil creation bloodline and the beast creation bloodline, so the beasts that his body feeds up are killer evil beast. The reason we sealed him on the altar and fed him to the beasts, and then ate the crystals of the beasts, is so that we can form an indestructible body. Chen Shang had thought that these evil beasts were raised to protect the altar, so they were raised to be eaten. Chen Shang felt that these fellows were even more beast-like. Then what is the background of the beast creation race emperor? He could actually cultivate world-defying stage divine source. Yet another evil creation saint body. Chen Shang felt that this man in gold must know something. I'm not sure, but I know that this guy is a descendant of the first beast creation ancestor, which is why he is able to become the clan emperor. The beast creation race was originally bred in the first beast creation ancestor. The golden-robed man said, "Beast creation race hates us greatly. Once we fall into their hands, we will definitely suffer a fate worse than death." Hee, you guys know how to be scared too. Chen Shang mocked. HMPH, the reason we created all these beasts was to help us level up. At that time, although Tao Creation Divine Lord was against it, he was not strong enough. It was only after he somehow borrowed the power of the tree soul that he stopped us and forced us to enter the initial God creation realm, protecting the medicine creation divine continent afterwards. In the end, the tree soul was also sealed by us in the dark. The golden-robed man said. Chen Shang already knew that those tree soul were not sealed by the beast creation race, so it turned out to be this group of people. Looks like I have to go see the first beast creation ancestor. This emperor is not easy to deal with. Chen Shang said. First beast creation ancestor definitely has a way to deal with this clan emperor. Not necessarily. The golden-robed man laughed coldly. Chen Shang imprisoned the golden-robed man inside the 6 realms mirrors and then informed Zuo Xingfeng and the others before once again heading to the altar where the first beast creation ancestor was sealed. First beast creation ancestor must be hiding many secrets. Every time Chen Shang thought about going to the altar, he would have a headache. He really didn't want to see first beast creation ancestor's body being bitten off by those beasts. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Important notice. Please use our free novel app, no advertising, anti-theft, faster, members synchronized bookshelf. Please pay attention to Wikes and public number APPXSYD, press and hold down 3 seconds to copy download free reader. Chapter 3762. Chen Shang used the profound Feng mantra, turned himself into a gust of wind, and flew toward the altar that sealed the first beast creation ancestor. The reason he went to look for the first beast creation ancestor was also to find a way to deal with it. The entire strength of the beast creation race was very strong, and this power was controlled by the beast creation race emperor. Now, the beast creation race had not started to go crazy, otherwise, the beasts would have surrounded the entire medicine creation divine continent. If those beasts lost control, the consequences would be unimaginable, and the beast tide would engulf the entire most ancient era. Beast creation race seems to have conquered those creation race. I wonder how ice creation sacred race is doing now. As Chen Shang flew, he thought that the medicine god and the ice creation race emperor would definitely not compromise so easily. He felt that it was necessary for him to pay a visit to the medicine god mountain villa after returning from the altar. While he was flying through the forest, he passed by Ah Ying's residence. As long as he went down, he would be able to see Ah Ying. Ah Ying was only guarding the place and cultivating, waiting for him to have enough strength to save first beast creation ancestor. He was getting closer and closer to the altar. Chen Shang had already seen the altar in the distance. He was extremely shocked. The surroundings of the altar had already experienced a huge battle and were completely destroyed by the battle, leaving behind a huge pit. But now, the area around the altar was covered with trees, as if it had been reborn. I wasn't like this the last time I came. Chen Shang was extremely surprised, but not long after, there was a huge change. Could it be the power of the tree soul? Only the tree soul could restore the vitality of this forest in such a short period of time. Just like before, when he approached the altar, he released 3 phantoms and flew out. Every time he came here, he would always be very careful, not to mention that this time there was a very strange change. Senior. The last time Chen Shang came to save the tree soul, he had killed a large number of them. But now, there were a lot more of them, and they were all biting and tearing at the first beast creation ancestor. In his heart, he admired first beast creation ancestor a lot. He was still sleeping even after the evil beast had torn his flesh. It could be seen that he was already numb to it, and had gotten used to it. Every time Chen Shang came, first beast creation ancestor would feel extremely happy. At least, there was someone who would be able to talk to him. "Brat, you're here again. How's the matter with the medicine creation divine continent?" First beast creation ancestor was very concerned about this matter. After all, he was the only ancestor and his relationship with Tao creation divine lord was pretty good. "It's hard to say. In short, the situation isn't too good right now." Chen Shang sighed, and said, "The reason I came here to find you, is to resolve the crisis that is currently in medicine creation divine continent. I am sealed here. I cannot leave." First beast creation ancestor laughed self-deprecatingly, "I'm really useless. Outside of the medicine creation divine continent's barrier is a large number of beasts, and there's even the emperor who's very strong. I was almost caught by this fellow previously, he's very strong, what can we do about it? And I want to know more about this guy." Quote, "The first beast creation ancestor must understand the beast creation race's emperor since he was his descendant." "You really met the clan emperor? You're actually still alive?" First beast creation ancestor felt that this was somewhat unbelievable. "Will I die if I meet the beast creation race emperor?" The first beast creation ancestor had been sealed here since long ago, and at that time, the beast creation race emperor should not be very strong, but the first beast creation ancestor seemed to know that the beast creation race emperor was very strong. "I haven't seen the beast creation race emperor in a long time, but I know very well just how strong he is." First beast creation ancestor's eyes were quickly filled with complex emotions. After first beast creation ancestor said this, he fell into deep thought, and Chen Shang remained silent no matter how he asked. Just like this, Chen Shang waited for 4 whole hours before first beast creation ancestor woke up from his deep contemplation. Just as he was about to speak, a strong aura suddenly surged over. "The beast king of the beast creation race is here." Chen Shang was shocked, the beast creation race emperor coming here to look for the first beast creation ancestor, it was most likely not a good thing, furthermore it was releasing such a sharp chi. First beast creation ancestor raised his head and looked down at the black shadow that had suddenly appeared. "This is the beast creation race emperor." Last time when Chen Shang was outside medicine creation divine continent, he could only feel the chi. Now, he could see it with his own eyes, but he could not see it clearly enough. First beast creation ancestor's entire body was covered in heavy scales. These scales were like dragon scales, and from the gaps between the deep black scales, waves of black mist were released, making the clan emperor look even more sinister and terrifying. Beast creation race emperor was wearing a black helmet with a dragon head engraved on it. The helmet covered his entire head and his eyes could not see anything. "You're finally here." First beast creation ancestor let out a long sigh. "I'm just here to see you." First beast creation ancestor's voice was very low, weak and had a trace of haziness in it. It was unclear whether it was male or female, which made Chen Shang feel that it was even more mysterious. "You see it now." First beast creation ancestor laughed bitterly. "You should be happy to see me leading such a life, right?" "Indeed," beast creation race emperor said, walking back and forth under the altar. A black evil tiger was about to pounce over, only to see a black light flash, and then the evil tiger ignited into black flames. Chen Shang was relatively close to the altar and hid within the forest. If the beast creation race emperor didn't leave, he would have to continue waiting. What is the relationship between this guy and the first beast creation ancestor? Is the beast creation race emperor really a descendant of the first beast creation ancestor? Chen Shang thought, through the conversation just now, he felt that their relationship was not ordinary. "You can leave now that you see my miserable appearance." First beast creation ancestor remembered that Chen Shang was still around, and was secretly worried about him. He immediately urged beast creation race emperor to leave quickly. No matter how I look at your miserable appearance, I can't see enough." The beast creation race emperor laughed sinisterly, his voice sounded extremely strange. Chen Shang cursed in his heart. If beast creation race emperor did not leave, he simply could not continue to converse with him. First beast creation ancestor had no choice but to close his eyes and wait quietly. "I heard that a human has gathered 9 keys. I wonder if he has come here to find you?" Beast creation race emperor suddenly asked. "No," the first beast creation ancestor answered very straightforwardly. But I sense a lingering breath here, and there was a fierce battle here. I can even feel that Ah Ying is nearby. Beast Creation Race Emperor took a deep breath. There are some unlucky fellows who stumbled upon this place and alarmed the people from initial God creation realm. This is a very normal thing. First Beast Creation Ancestor laughed, if you can't do it, then come up and take a few steps. Humph. The Beast Creation Race Emperor snorted, his body that was covered in thick armor shook, and a large amount of black chi surged out, quickly enveloping the entire forest. The black aura quickly spread to Chen Zhang's side. Crap, I've been discovered. Chen Shang wanted to leave, but who knew that the black aura seemed to attract him towards the altar. Even with all his might, he was unable to break free from this suction force. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3763. Thinking about how he was going to fall into the hands of Beast Creation Race Emperor, Chen Shang quickly thought of a plan. If things continued like this, he would definitely be caught by the Beast Creation Race Emperor. Beast Creation Race Emperor felt that the black aura he released had caught onto something, and immediately began to gather the black aura, and before long, Chen Shang was dragged to the side of the altar. I'm very familiar with your aura. Beast Creation Race Emperor laughed coldly. You're the one who saved Chu Jinfeng before, right? You actually came here. Could it be that you are Chen Shang, the person who is in control of the 9 Chuangyuan Qi? Quote. Don't hurt him, First Beast Creation Ancestor hurriedly said. Could it be that because he has 9 Chuangyuan Qi in his possession, he has a chance of saving you, so you have to protect him? Beast Creation Race Emperor looked at the First Beast Creation Ancestor on the altar. Not really, First Beast Creation Ancestor earnestly said. Chen Shang is very special, I just don't want him to get hurt. This time, I beg you, let him go. Quote. The Beast Creation Race Emperor was facing Chen Shang, and he was wearing a mask so Chen Shang could not tell what he was doing. Even though he was near, he still felt that the First Beast Creation Ancestor's voice was very strange and low, and did not seem to be real. Hand over the 9 Chuangyuan Qi and I can let you go. Beast Creation Race Emperor reached out with his scale gloves towards Chen Zhang's clothes, wanting to pick him up. The Beast Creation Race Emperor was very strong, and even if she did not release a very strong aura, Chen Shang could not take it anymore. It was impossible for her to fight against this gigantic being with a very strong strength. Chen Shang immediately sprinted forward and used the sky-breaking incantation. Just as the space was about to shatter and he was about to enter the space that was being torn apart, he was grabbed by one of his legs by the Beast Creation Race Emperor. Humph, you want to run? The Beast Creation Race Emperor coldly snorted, pulled Chen Shang out and then heavily threw him onto the ground. The last time Beast Creation Race Emperor was too far away from Chen Shang, so it gave him sufficient time to escape. And with such a close distance between them this time, Chen Shang would definitely not be able to run away again. Let him go. The First Beast Creation Ancestor seemed to be angry. Chen Shang had seen the First Beast Creation Ancestor many times, but it was the first time he saw him so angry. I already said, as long as he hands over the 9 Chuangyuan Qi, I will immediately let him go, and I promise that I will not do anything when I see him in the future. Besides, I didn't say I would kill him. Beast Creation Race Emperor sneered, and firmly grabbed onto Chen Zhang's neck. Chen Shang frowned, he summoned his 6 realms mirrors and smashed towards First Beast Creation Ancestor's head. The explosive power of the 6 realms mirrors combined with the berserk strength of the killing array burst out from the mirror. It concentrated on a point and ruthlessly smashed onto Beast Creation Race Emperor's head. Boom! Beast Creation Race Emperor was sent flying, but he did not loosen his grip and kept grabbing onto Chen Zhang's throat. Let me go! Chen Shang and the heavenly magic sword smashed and hacked at Beast Creation Race Emperor's arm in a violent manner. Even though they had unleashed waves of tremors and violent power, they did not break Beast Creation Race Emperor's arm, nor did they even break the scales on his arm. The Beast Creation Race Emperor's defense was extremely astonishing, causing Chen Shang to be extremely shocked in his heart. He finally understood why the golden-robed man sealed inside the 6 realms mirrors was so afraid of the Beast Creation Race Emperor. How dare you! The Beast Creation Race Emperor roared, and slapped Chen Shang with his other hand. Pa! Although Beast Creation Race Emperor hit Chen Shang on the face, he was blocked by the 6 realms mirrors that suddenly appeared. The 6 realms mirrors rebounded a wave of energy and knocked Beast Creation Race Emperor's hand away. I'm going to kill you! Chen Shang also roared. No matter what, he would not hand over the 9 Chuangyuan Qi. Alright, as long as you can get rid of me, I'll consider it your win. His hand was still holding onto Chen Zhang's neck tightly, and he was even using a lot of strength. Chen Shang glared at Beast Creation Race Emperor, his heart filled with dissatisfaction. The other party was much stronger than him. To be able to pinch his neck like this, no matter how he attacked, he still did not let go. He didn't know why Beast Creation Race Emperor didn't attack too viciously. It might have been because of the 9 keys, but if he attacked too heavily, the 9 Chuangyuan key would have disappeared along with him. Just now, he had thought of many things. The 9 Chuangyuan keys seemed to not only be able to release the first Beast Creation Ancestor, they also had other uses. Alright, you're the one who said that. Chen Shang waved the 6 Realms mirrors and smashed it onto Beast Creation Race Emperor's head. At this time, Beast Creation Race Emperor's body emitted waves after waves of extremely dense evil chi, forming a protective shield. The 6 Realms mirrors landed on Beast Creation Race Emperor's body. The berserk energy seemed to have been devoured, it did not stir up any movements, and there was not even a slight breeze. Chen Shang did not believe it, and used the 6 Realms mirrors to once again pat Beast Creation Race Emperor's head. After such a crazy beating, the Beast Creation Race Emperor was still standing there motionlessly. The great power released by the 6 Realms mirrors was even absorbed and devoured. It's really terrifying. Can it be that you can use my Crimson Dragon Fire Arm? If this guy discovers the Red Fire Dragon, will it be robbed? Chen Shang hesitated. I admit that your strength is considered a top existence among the humans, and even the creation races. However, in my eyes, you are nothing more than mediocre. You should know how weak you are. Beast Creation Race Emperor's hand was still tightly grabbing onto Chen Zhang's neck. There was simply no way to deal with this Beast Creation Race Emperor at all. Chen Shang was not sure if he would be able to successfully use the Scarlet Dragon Fire Arm to break free from Beast Creation Race Emperor. Chen Shang suddenly thought of a evil dragon array. There was a killing evil dragon sealed inside. He was very clear on the strength of killing evil dragon. If he could borrow the killing evil dragon's power, he might be able to make himself stronger, but he would need to bear a certain amount of risk. The killing evil dragon would easily make him lose his way. My red fire dragon should be able to suppress the killing evil dragon. When the red fire dragon and old evil's killing evil dragon fuse, their power will definitely increase greatly. Chen Shang pondered. I will give you 6 more hours, but you are still unable to break free from my grasp. I will torture you to the point of forcing you to hand over the Chuangyuan key. I only wasted my time with you because of that guy. Beast Creation Race Emperor glanced at first Beast Creation Ancestor. Chen Shang felt that there was a very complicated relationship between the two of them. First Beast Creation Ancestor had not spoken a word since the start, so the gap between Chen Shang and Beast Creation Race Emperor was extremely obvious. You keep your word. Chen Zhang's expression was solemn, he had already made his decision. Don't worry, my words have more weight than those bastards of the creation race. Beast Creation Race Emperor laughed out loud. Chen Shang took a deep breath, and then, in the Divine Sense Sea world, he floated up the evil dragon array that old evil had given him, and let the red fire dragon break the seal on the outside. After the seal on the outside of the evil dragon array was broken, the evil dragon array immediately burst open and a large amount of black chi surged out. Chen Zhang's Divine Sense Sea was immediately enveloped by the endless black aura, and after that, this ball of black aura contracted crazily, converging into a huge black dragon. Chapter 3764. When the killing evil dragon appeared, Chen Zhang's heart was filled with fear. Doing this would take a huge risk, and if he couldn't control it, the consequences would be unimaginable. Beast Creation Race Emperor, who was grabbing onto Chen Zhang's throat, suddenly felt that something was amiss, but he did not take it to heart. Instead, he patiently waited for Chen Shang to attack. Amongst Chen Zhang's Divine Sense Sea, Killing Evil Dragon and Red Fire Dragon were opposing each other. Right now, he realized that he was still too reckless. Just a moment ago, the Red Fire Dragon had lost contact with him. The two huge dragons floated above Divine Sense Sea and looked at each other. It was very calm, as if they were communicating through some means. After about an hour, when Chen Shang was still deep in thought, the two dragons inside Divine Sense Sea suddenly roared, and the red fire dragon opened its mouth, and its body became even larger. As for the Killing Evil Dragon, they were flying in the air above the Divine Sense Sea. When the mouth of the red fire dragon was big enough, it let out a roar and rushed into the mouth of the red fire dragon. What's going on? Were they negotiating just now? Chen Shang suddenly felt that the red fire dragon was hiding something, it could actually separate itself from him. After the red fire dragon swallowed the killing evil dragon, a burst of black energy surged from its body. Furthermore, it kept roaring, causing the entire divine sense sea to turn upside down, as the divine origin energy in the divine sense sea was extremely tyrannical, as if it was going to tear the entire divine sense sea apart. This made Chen Shang feel extremely uneasy. After another 2 hours, the crazy red fire dragon had calmed down, and its body had become very different. Originally, the red fire dragon was burning with red flames, but now it was indeed burning with red and black flames, and the scales were still reddish-brown. It was just that the color had changed greatly, and its body shape was the same as before, with a pair of huge Suzaku fire wings. Chen Shang and the red fire dragon had newly recovered their connection. He secretly gathered his energy. The divine origin energy in the red fire dragon's body was even stronger than the one that he had cultivated. When the two divine energies fused together, they should be able to succeed. Chen Shang started to accumulate energy, and used an entire hour. Beast Creation Race Emperor had already sensed that something was amiss with Chen Shang. "Are you ready?" Chen Shang sneered. Beast Creation Race Emperor's body was constantly releasing black qi. This was divine qi, it was stronger than any divine qi Chen Shang had ever seen. Chen Shang did not borrow the Six Realms Mirrors' and Heavenly Magic Sword's power. He was worried that the two divine tools would not be able to withstand the power and would easily destroy the incantation. Chen Shang took in a deep breath and released the long-stored divine origin energy. This divine origin energy could be released through his 2 clones and 3 mutated red fire dragon. When the divine origin energy surged out, Chen Shang felt that his arm was almost unable to endure it. This forced him to give up using the incantation, otherwise, his arm would be crippled. Chen Zhang's hand turned into a palm blade, and at the moment the divine origin energy exploded, it hacked at the arm that was grabbing onto his neck, still did not release any kind of wave of aura. Seeing this scene, first Beast Creation Ancestor could only sigh helplessly. Beast Creation Race Emperor initially thought that it was nothing, but when Chen Zhang's palm cut down, a warm feeling flowed into his arm. It was a very strange power. "A bit amazing," Beast Creation Race Emperor laughed disdainfully, "but it's not that bad, not much time has passed, you should just hand over the Chuang Yuan key." Wishful thinking. Chen Shang was very stubborn, and laughed, "I won't give it to you even if I die. You need to be clear, the first Beast Creation Ancestor is currently sealed, he cannot save you." Originally, it was only to scare the lower Chen Shang, but he never thought that just as he was about to release his power, the strange warm current would cause the inside of his arm to become numb. Beast Creation Race Emperor let out a cry of surprise, and then shouted loudly, "What's going on?" Not long after, the Beast Creation Race Emperor's grip on Chen Zhang's hand gradually loosened. Chen Shang smiled proudly, and then, touched the place where he had been pinched for a long time. Beast Creation Race Emperor's hand had already drooped down. Just now, Chen Shang had used the bone-melting magic power, so as long as a trace of the bone-melting magic power could enter the Beast Creation Race Emperor's arm, the bones would be melted. Chen Shang was also extremely shocked. After accumulating such a long amount of divine origin energy and converting it into bone-melting magic power, there was only a tiny bit of it that was able to seep into the Beast Creation Race Emperor's arm. "I did it," Chen Shang said. "I hope your words will have more weight than the other royal families of the creation race." Chen Shang, leave quickly. First Beast Creation Ancestor was pleasantly surprised and immediately urged Chen Shang to leave so that he wouldn't have to do anything. Chen Shang curled his lips, then quickly rushed towards a direction and used the sky-breaking incantation to quickly leave this place. Sigh, I haven't found out anything yet. Chen Shang did not continue to leave the illusion there, in case the Beast Creation Race Emperor came up with anything to deal with him. Xiao Xianglin, who was inside the Yuyao Mountain Villa, heaved a sigh of relief and softly asked, "Chen Shang, how is your red fire dragon doing?" "I don't know, but it made me a lot stronger." Chen Zhang's expression was complex. After the red fire dragon disconnected from him, what exactly did he say to the killing evil dragon? First Beast Creation Ancestor should be Beast Creation Race Emperor's father. Xiao Xianglin said, "But there is a conflict between them, that's why they are acting this way. I do feel a trace of affection between them." Chen Shang sighed. He was surprised. Beast Creation Race Emperor and First Beast Creation Ancestor actually had a relationship, they both had the evil creation holy body. Just as Chen Shang was about to leave the forest, an even more terrifying aura came from the direction of the altar. What's going on? Another light guy came. Chen Shang immediately flew up, and looked in the direction of the altar. Just as he rose into the air, a golden fire wave suddenly descended down, quickly rushing past the forest below. Fight! They're fighting! Chen Shang was extremely shocked, and the altar was enveloped by a burst of golden light. It was as hot as a golden sun, and it was hard to open one's eyes. The forest below was covered in a golden sea of fire. After a shocking explosion, the ground was suddenly torn apart, revealing a very wide and deep ravine. It was as if the two pieces of land were separated by 1,000 miles. Beast Creation Race Emperor and a guy are fighting. Chen Shang could sense the aura of the Beast Creation Race Emperor, but it had been completely covered by that terrifying aura of flames. Beast Creation Race Emperor was no match for him using the golden flames. Could it be someone from the initial God creation realm? Chen Shang felt that this was the only possibility. He immediately took out the golden-robed man from the 6 realms mirrors and let him sense the fire chi. Whose aura is this? Do you know him? Chen Shang asked. It's the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord. The golden-robed man looked shocked. He actually came to most ancient era. How strong is this guy? Chen Shang asked. The 9 hegemons of the Chuangyuan Qi, what do you think? After the golden-robed man said this, he was thrown into the 6 realms mirrors by Chen Shang. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3765. Chen Shang anxiously went deeper into the ground and hid. Just now, he sensed that it was Golden Fire Arrogant Lord's spiritual sense. What are the 9 hegemons of Chuangyuan Qi? Chen Shang asked the man in gold inside the 6 realms mirrors. The 9 hegemons that were involved in refining Chuangyuan Qi with Tao Creation Divine Lord back then. They were all involved in the refining of the Qi, so they all had a copy of the Chuangyuan Qi in their hands. When the golden-robed man heard that the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord had arrived, he was more excited, just a little. He knew very well that he couldn't escape. Why is he here? Chen Shang asked again, but he had already hid deep underground. Someone has ascended to the top of the altar, so one of the 9 hegemons will immediately rush over. The golden-robed man said. Back then, they were also the ones who refined the altar. They were able to sense the movements of the altar from within the initial God creation realm. What are the origins of these 9 hegemons? How can he be so strong? What was his relationship with the ancestors of the Tao Creation Divine Lord back then? Chen Shang asked again. They were all Tao Creation Divine Lord's trusted aides, and then betrayed him. The golden-robed man said. Chen Shang had long heard that the Tao Creation Divine Lord had many powerful fellows by his side, so these 9 hegemons should also be considered to be part of it. Chen Shang had gained some understanding of the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord's origins, and he continued to pay attention to the battle situation, which was still extremely intense. The only thing was that his aura was becoming weaker and weaker. Before, Chen Shang could still sense a bit of his aura, but now, it was extremely blurry and was completely covered up by the aura of fire. Golden Fire Arrogant Lord's strength should be above Beast Creation Race Emperors. Chen Shang released his spirit body and flew over to check. At the moment, the activity on the battlefield was much quieter, and should be close to the end. After the illusions flew past, they saw that the black dragon scale armor on Beast Creation Race Emperor's body was emitting a golden mist, caused by the intense golden flames. This guy actually lost. Chen Shang saw Golden Fire Arrogant Lord stepping on Beast Creation Race Emperor's black helmet. I was very surprised that you were able to grow to this state. Merely, in the end, you ended up falling into my hands. Golden Fire Arrogant Lord laughed proudly. Golden Fire Arrogant Lord was a bald old man with a long beard. Jin Huo, release him. First Beast Creation Ancestor shouted. The battle just now was right beside the altar. Although it was extremely intense, the altar wasn't affected at all, so the first Beast Creation Ancestor was still fine. It took me so much effort to get this guy to come here. How can I let him go? Golden Fire Arrogant Lord laughed out loud. I won't kill him, but I will torture this bastard to death. Chen Shang also didn't know what grudge the Beast Creation Race Emperor had with the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord that actually caused the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord to have such a vengeful heart. Which scoundrel is spying on us here? Golden Fire Arrogant Lord was powerful enough to discover Chen Zhang's illusion. Chen Shang was secretly shocked. He immediately put away the illusion and was about to leave, but he suddenly realized that there was hot air coming towards him. We've been discovered. Chen Shang immediately used the broken sky curse to escape, but after running for a few steps, it was sucked in by a strong burst of spatial energy. The Golden Fire Arrogant Lord used the time and space power to move him over. When first beast creation ancestor saw that Chen Shang was brought back, he scolded Chen Shang in his heart. Why didn't he run further away? I'm just passing by, Chen Shang anxiously said. I came to take a look out of curiosity. Humph, the way you peek at it is really brilliant. I almost didn't notice it. Tell me what kind of technique it is. Pass it to me, I can leave you a complete corpse. The Golden Fire Arrogant Lord laughed. Chen Shang secretly accumulated energy. The Golden Fire Arrogant Lord would never let him live. The enemy was strong, he did not know if he could beat them. Golden Fire Arrogant Lord, right. Previously, when I was climbing onto the altar, there was a guy who came by. I wonder if you know who that guy is. Chen Shang suddenly said. He had felt that the chi on the golden-robed man's body was similar to that of Golden Fire Arrogant Lord. When the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord heard him, he immediately went forward and grabbed Chen Shang by the collar and roared, "Where is he? Quickly tell me. I don't have many methods of killing, but I do have many methods of torturing others." Quote. The golden-robed man was extremely important to the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord. Chen Shang could already see through it. As long as you swear a blood oath not to kill me, I will let you see him. Chen Shang said. If there was no absolute guarantee that he would release the crippled man in gold, the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord would definitely kill him. You want me to swear a blood oath? No, well, I'm going to torture you now, using all the torture I have until you tell me where that man is. The Golden Fire Arrogant Lord laughed sinisterly. Just as Golden Fire Arrogant Lord was about to attack Chen Shang, Beast Creation Race Emperor who was lying on the ground suddenly jumped. His body was filled with a strong killing intent, and fiercely crashed onto Golden Fire Arrogant Lord's body, causing him to fly out. Chen Shang was shocked. Beast Creation Race Emperor had saved him for a while. Golden Fire Arrogant Lord was enraged that he was hit. He had already summoned a sharp blade. The flame on the blade was burning, aimed straight for Beast Creation Race Emperor's head. Stop or I'll kill this guy. Chen Shang pulled the golden-robed man out of the Six Realms mirrors and grabbed his neck tightly. Thunger. When Golden Fire Arrogant Lord saw the golden-robed man, he immediately stopped. At the same time, an extremely ferocious killing intent exploded out, enveloping the entire sky. Throw that guy over here, quick! Chen Shang shouted. Golden Fire Arrogant Lord grabbed Beast Creation Race Emperor and bellowed, "Release him first. Beast Creation Race Emperor and I have a grudge, I just wanted to get rid of him with my own hands. If you want to make a move, then go easy on me." Chen Shang laughed loudly. Is this guy your son or your grandson? Even though he was crippled by me, he's still alive. Do you believe that I won't start torturing him right now? I don't know much about torturing people, I only know how to do it for free. Quote. The golden-robed man was extremely important to Golden Fire Arrogant Lord, so he didn't dare act rashly. Swear a blood oath, Chen Shang shouted. Wishful thinking, I never swear a blood oath. Golden Fire Arrogant Lord shouted angrily, throwing Beast Creation Race Emperor back to Chen Shang, and shouted, "It's your turn to let him go. If you push me too far, I will throw caution to the wind, do you dare to gamble?" Quote. Chen Shang looked at Golden Fire Arrogant Lord. This bald old man's eyes were filled with a ruthless aura, he really might do something. He gritted his teeth as he activated his strength and threw the golden-robed man far, far away. He then dragged Beast Creation Race Emperor and sprinted forward, using the sky-breaking incantation on him more than 10 times. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3766. Just as Chen Shang ran away, the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord attacked the area where he disappeared in a frenzy. The altar was surrounded by golden flames and purgatory. Even when the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord was gone, the surrounding area continuously burned with golden flames, completely covered by the golden sea of flames. At night, within an ancient and lush forest, Chen Shang was sitting next to a bonfire inside a tree hole, watching the Beast Creation Race Emperor that was lying on the ground. I originally wanted to ask how first Beast Creation Ancestor dealt with this Beast Creation Race Emperor, but I never thought that I would actually save Beast Creation Race Emperor. What's going on? Chen Shang stood up, kicked Beast Creation Race Emperor twice, and said, "Since you're not dead yet, you better take care of yourself. You saved me, and I saved you." After he finished speaking, He was about to walk out of the hollow tree, but was grabbed by one of the Beast Creation Race Emperor's legs. If you want to live a little longer, then stay. Beast Creation Race Emperor's voice was very low and deep. If Chen Zhang's hearing wasn't good, he wouldn't have been able to hear what she was saying. Chen Shang exerted a little more strength and got rid of Beast Creation Race Emperor's hand, quickly walking out of the tree hole. Not long after he walked out of the tree hole, spots of light appeared in the sky. He looked over with rapt attention, and discovered that they were huge golden birds that were flying high in the sky. It's the aura of the metal flame. Could it be looking for me? Chen Shang had thought that it would take a while for the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord to arrive after he took the Golden Robed Man away. He immediately returned to the tree hole. You won't be able to escape. The Golden Fire Arrogant Lord will do everything to catch you. Beast Creation Race Emperor's voice was still just as low. Chen Shang walked over and rudely took off the mask on Beast Creation Race Emperor's head. It took a lot of effort and the Beast Creation Race Emperor was even continuously resisting it. After taking off the Beast Creation Race Emperor's helmet, Chen Shang was stunned. Beneath the helmet was a frail and cold lady. Her pair of charming phoenix eyes were filled with coldness, anger and killing intent. Beast Creation Race Emperor is actually a woman. Chen Shang could not help but ask. I will dig out your eyes. Finally heard her true voice, hoarse and ice cold. First Beast Creation ancestor is your father? Chen Shang asked again. He is not worthy to be my father. Beast Creation Race Emperor raged. He was the one who killed my mother. Chen Shang curled his lips. This was a very complicated family matter. As a Beast Creation Race Emperor, you control such a powerful race, yet you commit many evil deeds. Chen Shang snorted. When did I do evil? The Beast Creation Race Emperor sneered. Your monster horde ate quite a few humans. Chen Shang said. Many cities in the most ancient era were attacked. You need to understand that I do not have complete control over the beast herd. You should know that God Creation Race and our Beast Creation Race are very close to each other, and those beasts were created by them. They are all human beings, but after acquiring this batch of beasts, they were immediately used to deal with their own kind. What does this have to do with me? The Beast Creation Race Emperor sneered. Those creation races' evil deeds add up to more than me. When your Beast Creation Race was obviously being persecuted by these creation race, why did you join hands with them? Chen Shang was truly speechless. It turned out that a large number of beasts were controlled by God Creation Race and Fire Creation Sacred Race. I just sold a large group of beasts to them, so that they could kill each other and also obtain enough resources to help us level up. Furthermore, after they have enough power, they will try to get the Medicine Creation Divine Continent to help them, so I just want to sit and watch a good show. Beast Creation Race Emperor smiled coldly with ridicule all over his face. It's a pity that this bunch of people are too useless. My guys are in a mess because of them. Quote. Chen Zhang's illusionary body could see the occasional golden light dots flying past high up in the sky. Are all the giant golden birds sent by the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord? Chen Shang asked. It should be the materialization of the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord's divine origin energy, able to produce countless of them. If it is discovered, Golden Fire Arrogant Lord will definitely think of a way to come to your side. If you want to live, you better listen to me. The Beast Creation Race Emperor said, you just stay here. Also, I saved you before because I didn't want the 9 Chuangyuan key to disappear just like that. Don't think too much about it. Quote. Chen Shang snorted, and asked, what do you need Chuangyuan key for? Save your father. Quote. Pa, I just want to take him down and torture him. Who wants to save him? The Beast Creation Race Emperor said coldly. Don't kill me. Chen Shang did not trust Beast Creation Race Emperor. Before, you successfully struggled free from my grasp. I said that if I didn't kill you, then I wouldn't. If you dare to question me again, I'll kill you. Beast Creation Race Emperor's haggard face was filled with anger. Chen Shang was speechless. After all, those creation races were actually the ones who acted against him from the back. Ice Creation Sacred Race probably did not participate because Ice Creation Race Emperor was very afraid of Beast Creation Race. Let me ask you, what is the relationship between you and the traitor elders in the Medicine Creation Divine Continent's divine trees? Chen Shang kept having the feeling that those elders were already related to the Beast Creation Race a long time ago. Those elders are all people from the creation race, it has nothing to do with us. The Beast Creation Race Emperor said in a cold voice. Moreover, they caught a lot of beasts very early on and they hid inside the divine tree to wait for us Beast Creation Race to break the seal and return. Just like back then, they used a cruel method to obtain the power of the divine tree through the creation of a beast. Anyways, these creation race are not good stuff, and are also so fond of our beasts. I will sell them a lot of things, and wait for them to devour the 9 divine trees' power again like they did in the past. Eventually, the people on top of the initial God creation realm will intervene, and after that, the two sides will fight to the death. Chen Shang would definitely not allow such a thing to happen. If the most ancient era was destroyed, there would be nowhere else to go, especially the medicine creation divine continent. I, most ancient era, will protect both of you well. Chen Shang looked at Beast Creation Race Emperor. I do not care about the enmity between you and your father, but if you are trying to destroy medicine creation divine continent, I will fight you to the death. Also, I will definitely save your father, because I want his indestructible body. With just you, there are 9 hegemons above initial God creation realm, and all of them are as terrifying as the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord. Even Golden Fire Arrogant Lord would not dare to use all of his strength when he comes to the most ancient era, because once he activates the barrier that Tao Creation Divine Lord had set up all those years ago, even he would die, so how are you going to protect the barrier that restricted them from going down? The Beast Creation Race Emperor mocked. I only have my own ways. Chen Shang knew that the enemy was very strong, but he would not give up. How much longer do you need to recover? I don't want to stay here for too long. Chen Shang still had a lot of things to do. After entering the time formation, you will probably need to wait for 1 or 2 years. My injuries are really too severe. Beast Creation Race Emperor was lying on the ground and unable to move. Both her body and Divine Sense C were severely injured. This book is the first issue from the 17K website, the first time to see the original content. Chapter 3767. Chen Shang did not have the patience to wait for a year or two. He took out a jade vat and placed some water inside, then picked up Beast Creation Race Emperor and threw him into the jade vat. Bastard, what are you doing? Beast Creation Race Emperor was furious, she was the one that was stuffed into the jade vat. Your armor is too much of a hindrance. Take it off, Chen Shang said in a cold voice. I want to only let you get injured, and bring me to a safe place. If it was anyone else, he was not afraid, but outside there were all sorts of things conjured up by the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord, and the Beast Creation Race Emperor seemed to have a deep understanding of the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord, so he needed the Beast Creation Race Emperor to bring him. No, the Beast Creation Race Emperor shouted in anger. Even though she said it like that, Chen Shang was still trying his best to pull off the armor on her body. Bastard, I will chop off your hand. Beast Creation Race Emperor shouted. I want you to take a bath and recover quickly. I, Chen Shang, do not care about a girl like you. Chen Shang sneered. He was still trying to pull off Beast Creation Race Emperor's armor, and it was difficult for him to do so. Beast Creation Race Emperor couldn't stand Chen Shang taking her armor like that either. She snorted, closed her eyes, and controlled the armor to enter her body. If you dare do anything to me, I guarantee you will regret it. Beast Creation Race Emperor's voice was full of threat. Chen Shang only curled his lips, and poured a large barrel of rebirth powder into the jade vat. Take out your time array. Chen Shang said. Beast Creation Race Emperor also felt that the rebirth powder had a strong recovery ability, which surprised her. She took out the time array, and then, Chen Shang opened it and enveloped her within. This way, it wouldn't be long before she recovered. Chen Shang patiently waited outside. 3 days later, Beast Creation Race Emperor closed her time array. She looked much better, much more energetic, and the icy cold murderous intent in her eyes became even stronger. Especially when she looked at Chen Shang. You said you wouldn't kill me. Chen Shang was shocked. Yes, but I never said I wouldn't dig out your eyes and keep your hands. Beast Creation Race Emperor laughed sinisterly. Chen Shang was very unhappy. If I had known this would happen, I would have thrown you here. You can leave now. Beast Creation Race Emperor's beautiful eyes were filled with a cold smile. Chen Zhang's fantasy body could see that the sky was filled with giant golden birds. He did not dare to recklessly try it right now, as the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord knew how to use the time and space power. Okay, then dig out my eyes. Chen Shang curled his lips. If you dare to disrespect me again, I'll definitely dig out your eyes. Beast Creation Race Emperor released an imposing aura that enveloped Chen Shang. Chen Shang cursed in his heart. This Beast Creation Race Emperor was only trying to scare him. A burst of white mist came out of Beast Creation Race Emperor's body, then walked out of the tree hole. Looking at Chen Shang who was inside, he shouted coldly, "Why aren't you following me? Remember, you must stay in my midst." Chen Shang immediately followed along, running full speed with the Beast Creation Race Emperor. "What's your name?" Chen Shang suddenly asked. The Beast Creation Race Emperor did not look that brutal. "Long Yu. My true body is a killing evil dragon." Quote. It was actually a killing evil dragon. Chen Shang was a little surprised, because he did not sense any of the killing evil dragon's aura from her body. "Is this true? Why can't I sense the killing evil dragon's aura from your body?" Chen Shang could be said to have an incomparable understanding towards killing evil dragon. "Why would I lie to you? I have a secret technique to conceal my aura. If I do not release it, no one will be able to detect me." Long Yu said. Right now, they could only run at full speed. Long Yu didn't want to face Golden Fire Arrogant Lord for the moment, but he was furious. Chen Shang really wanted to ask Long Yu who her mother was. The evil saint body and killing evil dragon in Long Yu's body inherited from the first beast creation ancestor, and her mother's power was definitely inherited as well. Long Yu's mother was killed by the first beast creation ancestor, so he did not ask, in order to not enrage Long Yu. "Where are we going now?" Chen Shang asked. "To hell." Long Yu's words caused Chen Shang to shiver. "Where is hell?" Chen Shang asked again. "You'll know once you get there. It's a world down there, where the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord's Golden Fire Bird won't be able to go there." Long Yu said. Long Yu had been running with Chen Shang for more than a month, and they had finally reached a desert. There were many golden giant birds produced by the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord's divine chi. Even when they came to this desert, they could be seen flying everywhere. There was a very thin crack in the desert, and the bottom of the crack was very, very deep. Long Yu and Chen Shang stood beside the crack. "Jump down." After Long Yu finished speaking, he grabbed Chen Shang and jumped down. The white mist that she had released enveloped the two of them and slowly allowed them to descend. "Miss Long Yu, is this the path to hell?" Chen Shang asked. "Why ask when you already know the answer?" Long Yu coldly snorted and said, "You'll understand once we get there. I've been there for a long time, and there's also a path that leads to the Essence Creation Fire Domain. I used to travel from there to the Infernal Realm often." "Miss Long Yu, do you know Chu Jinfeng?" Chen Shang asked. "I don't know him, but I've heard of him. Many years after he was taken away by the Tao Creation Divine Lord, he returned and awakened the blood in his body. Previously, he was caught by an elder for betraying him, and later on, he was turned into a beast slave by you." Long Yu said coldly. "Just based on this matter, I should have killed you. Chu Jinfeng is my friend, of course I want to save him. Furthermore, he seems to know quite a few things about the beast creation race. From what he knows, there are beasts in the beast creation race that want to become kings and overlords." Chen Shang chuckled. "Seems like your beast creation race isn't completely under your control either." "What's that? The most ancient era was created by the ancestors of the Tao Creation Divine Lord, can he control it?" Long Yu disapproved. "Unless I have super strong strength, otherwise, in a huge superpower, there is no such thing as an absolute hegemon. There is no such thing as absolute control over the whole thing, I just need to control the situation properly." Chen Shang had already seen that Long Yu was secretly angry, because she had already known from Chen Zhang's words just now that there was an elder hiding what he was doing from her. "You can guarantee that I won't die, so you brought me along to hide in that mysterious hell?" Chen Shang looked at the bottomless darkness below him and asked. "Yes, hiding in that place until Golden Fire Arrogant Lord gives up searching for us before coming out." Long Yu said. "What, then when will he give up?" Chen Shang did not have that kind of patience. 10,000 years, 50,000 years, 100,000 years, 1,000,000 years, that's possible. Long Yu laughed coldly. "Especially you, even Golden Fire Arrogant Lord's grandson dares to abuse you. I was wondering why this guy would personally come here, so it turns out that his grandson has been captured for a long time. I can't wait that long." Chen Shang frowned. "Then what can you do?" Long Yu laughed disdainfully. "Could it be that you plan to cultivate behind closed doors in hell and go back up after your strength increases? Dream on." Quote. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Important notice. Please use our free novel app. No advertising, anti-theft, faster, members synchronized bookshelf. Please pay attention to Wikes and public number APPXSYD. Press and hold down 3 seconds to copy download free reader. Chapter 3768. Is that a problem? The only way for me to not be afraid of the golden fire arrogant lord is to make a breakthrough in hell and cultivate my world-defying stage divine source. Chen Shang felt that this was not a problem. He was an alchemist with a few medicinal herbs in his hands. Cultivate world-defying stage divine source. It required a very large amount of energy to support it. Back then, the 9 divine tree had almost been sucked dry, but not many people were able to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source. The energy in the infernal realm is sparse. Since you were able to break through in the infernal realm, you can only dream of doing so. Long Yu was very sure and scoffed at Chen Zhang's words. It's just that you think so. I have confidence in myself. Chen Shang stuck his tongue out at Long Yu, you're just a self-righteous fellow. If you don't think you can't do it, then others can't. You obviously think too highly of yourself, but you're still talking about me. Don't you know how difficult it is to cultivate world-defying stage divine source? Although Long Yu had successfully cultivated the world-defying stage divine source, when she thought back to the arduous process, she felt a burst of fear. Of course, Chen Shang didn't know how hard it was to cultivate, but he felt that he would definitely make a breakthrough. When will we reach the infernal realm? Chen Shang didn't want to continue this topic with Long Yu. Soon, Long Yu coldly snorted, what, have you thought of another way? I can actually stay in the infernal realm for a long time. If you can't stay in the infernal realm for a long period of time, you'll have to think of a way out for yourself. Quote. You clearly cultivated the world-defying stage divine source, why are you so afraid of the golden fire arrogant lord? Chen Shang could not think of any other way. He could only cultivate up to the world-defying stage divine source and leave when he became stronger. There are strong and weak world-defying stage divine source. In any case, I am not his opponent right now. Long Yu hated Chen Shang asking this question. Even though he knew that she couldn't beat him, he still said it out loud. What kind of place is hell? If I want to stay there for a long time, I have to understand first. Chen Shang was rather curious about the infernal realm. There was actually such a place in the most ancient era. There is a large group of evil villains gathering in the infernal realm. I don't know how the infernal realm came about, but this place is very suitable for me. As long as I go to the infernal realm, I wouldn't be afraid even if I met someone stronger than me. Long Yu was extremely confident. Why, can you get stronger there? Chen Shang was puzzled, or could you escape even faster in hell? Neither, mainly because there is a mysterious power in the infernal realm that prohibits people who have cultivated world-defying stage divine source S from fighting. If 2 people who have cultivated world-defying stage divine source S were to fight, they would be immediately teleported away. Long Yu said, if a person who has cultivated a world-defying stage divine source wants to attack the weak, the person who possesses a world-defying stage divine source will also be teleported away by the time and space power. It's that magical. Chen Shang felt that this was not bad. This way, he wouldn't be attacked by people who were much stronger than him in hell. Now do you understand why I came to this place? Long Yu laughed. And your strength is also not bad. As long as you are not a fellow who has cultivated world-defying stage divine source, most people will not be your match. Chen Shang hurriedly nodded, looks like hell is an extremely safe place. To me, it can be said to be a completely safe place, but to you, it is not certain. There are many unreasonable things in the infernal realm, and one might even be stronger than you. In that case, how strong is the strongest person in the infernal realm? Chen Shang took advantage of the fact that he was still on his way to hell to clearly ask about matters related to hell. It is said that the strongest is a guy called Hell Divine Lord. When Long Yu answered this question, her expression was also filled with curiosity, because she had never seen the Hell Divine Lord before. She had heard all about the Hell Divine Lord and she wasn't even sure if it was true. Hell Divine Lord, could it be the one who created the infernal realm? Chen Shang said in a very possible manner, this fellow might be related to the Tao Creation Divine Lord. These are all legends, because no one has ever seen the Hell Divine Lord before. Long Yu shook his head. Don't make wild guesses. Also, after you go to hell, you better behave yourself and not cause trouble everywhere. What if someone dares to provoke me? Chen Shang shrugged his shoulders. Since there are a lot of evil villains in the infernal realm, it is inevitable that we won't clash with them. If someone really dares to provoke you, then fight back depending on the situation. Because Long Yu had cultivated the world-defying stage divine source, she had never encountered such a thing in hell. Unknowingly, Chen Shang suddenly felt a burst of spatial and temporal aura. We passed through another space. Chen Shang anxiously shouted. That's right, we have already entered hell, and are now above hell. After Long Yu finished speaking, Chen Shang immediately looked down, only to see a stretch of red light appearing below him. Below us is the infernal realm. We are currently in the air above the infernal lava, and the infernal realm's lava is extremely terrifying. The temperature is extremely high, and many of the devils that fell in and out of it are trapped in it for tens of thousands of years. Long Yu said. Is it really that powerful? Chen Shang trained in fire and was afraid of these hot things. He let out the phantom to investigate. Not long after it left, it began to become unstable, especially after entering the hot zone of hell's lava. It seemed as if it could be torn apart at any time. He had used his illusion body many times and had never encountered such a situation before. The scorching waves of energy released by the hell's lava seemed to be able to destroy his illusion body. The thread of illusion I released was almost gone. Chen Shang exclaimed. Soul body, you are courting death, the magma from hell is the most lethal against evil souls. Long Yu said before controlling the white mist that shrouded them to move further away from the infernal lava. This is the region of hell's lava, and it covers a large area. If I were to descend from above without paying attention to it, once I fall here, I'll definitely suffer a fate worse than death. Long Yu brought Chen Shang and quickly left the lava sea of hell. Floating above the lava made her feel scared. Miss Long Yu, there should be a city in hell, right? Chen Shang asked. Where are you bringing me to next? There are no cities, only things like Devil's Valley. I'll take you to a safe place and say goodbye. I don't want to walk around without you. Long Yu had already flown away from the infernal lava sea with Chen Shang and landed on the ground. The infernal realm was a little dim and white. After leaving the infernal lava sea, Chen Shang felt waves of chilly, bone-piercing, strange wind blowing past him, causing his entire body to tremble. This book is the first issue from the 17K website, the first time to see the original content. Chapter 3769. If it were not for taking refuge, Chen Shang would not have come to this place. Miss Long Yu, do you think I will be found if I go to the Medicine Creation Divine Continent to hide? Chen Shang had always wanted to hide in these divine tree. Originally, the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord did not dare to make a move on him. However, if he found out that you were hiding inside, he might not care about anything else and destroy the Medicine Creation Divine Continent. Long Yu was walking in the front and in the back. He noticed that there was a small road on the ground and noticed that there were people walking this way to the lava sea of hell. The enchantment around the Medicine Creation Divine Continent was very strong, but the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord was also very strong. If they were to ignore everything else, they might really be able to break through the Medicine Creation Divine Continent. When the other creation race attack with their large amounts of beasts, the Medicine Creation Divine Continent would definitely fall at the first possible moment. Although the infernal realm was very safe for Long Yu, she was carrying Chen Shang right now. For Chen Zhang's sake, she didn't forget to be vigilant while they traveled. After running for a distance, she would check her surroundings to see if there were any traces of anyone else. Miss Long Yu, where are we going? Chen Shang asked. In this hell, there were many evil spirits that soared to the sky, and they were very cold, making him very uncomfortable. However, Long Yu did not seem to have any problems with that. Go to Fire Devil Valley. Long Yu said. After entering the valley, it will be much safer. It won't be that messy. What if we're outside right now? Is it dangerous? Chen Shang originally wanted the spirit body to investigate, but Long Yu warned him repeatedly to not release any soul bodies here. Many demons in the infernal realm only absorbed remnant souls to improve, so their perception was very strong. Once released, it would be very easy to lure the evil spirits over. It's only you who's in danger. Even if they meet me, they wouldn't attack me. I just need to defend myself. Long Yu said. And you won't be able to do it, they will definitely attack you. At that time, I can only watch from the side. This place is only safe for you. It's still dangerous for me. HMPH. Chen Shang curled his lips. He thought that it would be safe to follow Long Yu, but it seems that way. If he met with danger, Long Yu could only stand by and watch without doing anything. He simply could not help, and this would only make him feel even more uncomfortable. You don't have to worry too much. As long as you enter the Fire Devil Valley, you will be safe. It won't be too far, you just need to run for another 2 days. Long Yu said. Can't you fly? Chen Shang curled his lips and said. No, flying in the air will attract even more attention. In short, in the infernal realm, it's best not to emit any of the aura. Outside this place, there are many hungry demons, and your aura is abnormal here, attracting them even more. Long Yu warned Chen Shang as he ran. Why is my aura the most abnormal here? Chen Shang kept feeling that he had entered a thief's nest, and he had to be extremely careful inside. Humph, I don't believe that I can't beat those evil demons. Long Yu had always underestimated him, and had always said that the demons were very strong, which made Chen Shang feel very uncomfortable. Your aura is not evil, but it is filled with righteous energy. Normally, those who come to hell will choose to enter hell when they have no other choice. Some will even sign a blood contract with the hell tablet. Long Yu said. The aura Chen Shang released was indeed out of place in the infernal realm. Since Long Yu possessed the evil creation saint body, there was no need to explain the evil chi on his body. What is the hell tablet? What contract is there to sign? Chen Shang suddenly felt that this hell was not a simple one. There were many secrets hidden, and he wondered what the connection was between this hell and the most ancient era. After signing the contract with the hell tablet, you will need to remain in hell forever, never to leave hell. Once you die, your soul will also belong to the hell tablet. Long Yu said, there is a hell tablet inside the Fire Devil Valley. When you go in, you must not be bewitched by it. Then what's the benefit of signing a blood contract with the hell tablet? Chen Shang wanted to understand this matter. Are there a lot of demons and hell steal contracts here? What are the characteristics of this guy? Quote, more than half of the devil villains have signed a contract with the hell tablet. As long as you sign a blood contract with the hell tablet and are seriously injured, as long as your soul and body are not destroyed and can smoothly reach the side of the hell tablet, you will be able to recover immediately. Long Yu said, I once saw a guy being beaten to the point where he only had half his head left. After getting to the side of the hell tablet, he would immediately recover, and other than that, every 10,000 years, he would receive the power bestowed by the hell tablet. As long as he goes to a place with the hell tablet would automatically send energy into his body. It's so magical. Chen Shang was somewhat moved when he heard this. It is indeed miraculous. If you decide to keep hell forever, then go ahead and sign the blood contract. Seeing Chen Zhang's moved face, Long Yu snorted, I've already reminded you, when the time comes, don't blame me if you regret it. Do you usually recognize those guys as having signed a blood contract with the hell tablet? Chen Shang laughed. If you can recognize him, once we become enemies with him, you don't have to be lenient anymore. You can't tell, but most of the people here are evil monsters. Once they start fighting, you don't need to show any mercy, you can just get rid of them. Long Yu said. Chen Shang could already see a flashing red light in the distance. It was the light released by the burning red flames on the top of a mountain. That's the Fire Devil Valley. We'll be there soon. As long as they reach there, Chen Shang would be safe. Although she was by Chen Zhang's side now, she would not be able to fight as long as she cultivated world-defying stage divine source. Chen Shang did not think much of it, he was confident in his own strength. Don't be careless. Just as Long Yu finished speaking, a gust of strong wind blew over, as black astral winds assaulted the area, bringing with it a sharp, sinister laughter. Crap, these guys are actually lying in ambush here. Long Yu scolded in a low voice, then pulled Chen Shang to a stop. She wanted to bring Chen Shang and rush over, but she was worried that there would be a conflict during the charge, so when the time came, she would be teleported away. Don't be afraid of them, Chen Shang said in a low voice. Only to see three middle-aged men standing in front of him, laughing sinisterly. Their laughter was extremely unpleasant to hear. Long Yu grabbed Chen Shang, and turned around to sprint forward. However, another gust of wind appeared in front of them, and those three black-clothed middle-aged men appeared right in front of them. This woman has managed to cultivate world-defying stage divine source, but don't worry. Haha, don't run away, just obediently give us that brat. The middle-aged man with a square face laughed out loud and said, we are the Wind Demon Group, you should have heard of our name before. The first thing he did after sending the book was to look at the original content. Chapter 3770. Long Yu was very angry, she hated this kind of small thing for being so presumptuous towards her. If not for the restrictions in hell, she would have already ripped these three people into shreds. Show us some respect and let us go. Long Yu still endured it. If she could not bear it, she could not do anything, but once she made a move, she would be sent away by a wave of time and space power. Although he could not do it, he could at least give Chen Shang some pointers. You are a woman who has cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. Why are you bringing this brat along? Who is he to you? Are you trying to pick the sun to nourish the yin? Ha ha, it's fine if you release him, but just wait on us three brothers for a few nights. That big brother's face was shining with a lustful purple light as he laughed lewdly. Chen Shang looked at Long Yu, as if she would explode with anger at any time. It was already very rare for her to be able to endure such words coming out of her mouth. All right, we won't need too many nights. Just a few hours, and we'll settle it here, the square-faced elder brother said. I want to tear off your flesh bit by bit. Long Yu was enraged, and growled. Come, quickly come, ha ha ha, the two middle-aged men by his side also laughed loudly. Chen Shang, how much certainty do you have in killing them? Use all of your strength, and don't hold back at all. Initially, Long Yu did not want Chen Shang to have any conflicts with the evil villains here. On one hand, the evil villains here were all very strong, and on the other hand, she was worried that Chen Zhang's qi would attract more attention from the demons. Absolutely, to deal with these evil beings, Chen Shang was the best. Really? Then let's go. Long Yu wished that Chen Shang could swallow those three fellas. Big brother Squareface sneered. Woman, this brat was taken down from most ancient era by you, right? It was very tasty with just one look. I like this type of meat that is full of righteousness the most. Haha, are you reluctant to give it to us? You cultivated the world-defying stage divine source yourself, and actually brought him down here. If you had a good relationship with him, you shouldn't have done this, but now, it's all because of us. Quote. The square-faced brother could no longer hold it in, transforming into a black gust of wind, rushing over. He felt that he could take down Chen Shang by himself. Long Yu had already dodged to the side. Just as she was about to remind Chen Shang, she discovered that Chen Shang had already been wrapped up by a burst of black energy. Chen Zhang's entire body was wrapped in that black qi, causing him to be unable to move. Little tender boy, I will first lick your entire body before I bite off your flesh one bite at a time. Brother Fang Yan's eyes were filled with evil, and his expression was filled with emotion. He kept licking his tongue, leaving behind a lot of saliva. Chen Shang felt nauseous. You're really unlucky. You ran into me the moment I came to hell. Chen Shang said coldly. Kid, have you gone stupid? I should have said that, ha ha ha, the square-faced elder brother laughed out loud. Second brother, third brother, did you hear that just now? This brat is actually very arrogant. Just as he finished saying the word berserk, Chen Shang spouted out a stream of red and black flames. These were the legendary dragon fire released after the fusion of the three red fire dragon. This legendary dragon fire congealed a divine origin energy, and the divine origin energy let the flames turn into a sharp spear, shooting out from Chen Zhang's mouth and instantly penetrating the square-faced big brother's forehead. After fusing the three red fire dragon with the killing evil dragon, Chen Shang had already turned into a killing dragon. His divine origin qi had greatly increased, and his fusing with it was even scarier. After Big Brother Squareface's head was penetrated, he was still injected with the legendary dragon fire. This dragon fire was violent and filled with a vicious aura, and the evil aura contained within it was not any less than the evil spirits here. After wreaking havoc in Big Brother Squareface's body for a while, it exploded, turning him into a pile of black dust. Was also shocked. Previously, when Chen Shang had struggled free from her hands, she thought that Chen Shang had used some kind of small method to remove the bones in her arms. But now, it seems that Chen Shang had true ability. Big brother. That second and third brother immediately roared and rushed towards Chen Shang, turning into a burst of black gale. They really didn't expect that their most powerful brother would be killed in such a manner. Chen Zhang's body also emitted a lot of air currents. After the opponent transformed into a black astral wind and blew over, his body charged forward, accompanied by a strong gust of wind. The wind carried a strong legendary dragon fire as it collided with the incoming black astral wind. After the two strong winds hit each other, the scorching air waves exploded. The second and third brother fell to the ground some distance away, their bodies covered in flames. They rolled on the ground and cried out miserably. Chen Shang flew over, called out his heavenly magic sword, and thrust it fiercely towards them. You want to eat me with trash like you? Chen Shang said coldly. You don't have any ability, and yet you still dare to act so arrogantly and block my way to kill you. When Chen Shang thrusted the sword, he released waves of legendary dragon fire, making the two middle-aged men scream even more loudly. Their bodies were already completely blurry from Chen Zhang's stabbing, and they were even tortured like this before they died. However, Long Yu was secretly pleased. She realized that she had still underestimated Chen Zhang's strength. The remaining 2 evil demons died a miserable death under Chen Zhang's incineration, turning into ashes. Why is the evil qi on you so strong? What exactly is going on with that flame? The wave of aura that Long Yu had been holding in his heart for some time had finally disappeared. Secret. Chen Shang laughed. You only need to know that if I use evil spirit force, the ones who can cultivate God's origin qi will not be my match. It should be the power of the killing evil dragon. Although it has already turned into another kind of aura, I can still differentiate one thing from another. Long Yu said. Chen Shang did not expect Long Yu to sense it. Logically speaking, the red fire dragon had already transformed into a different kind of qi after fusing with the killing evil dragon. Although it carried a trace of evil qi, it was no longer the original killing evil dragon's qi. Let's hurry up and head to the Fire Devil Valley, Chen Shang said. Humph, if you meet such a fellow in the future, just directly attack him. Long Yu said. She secretly chided herself for underestimating Chen Shang. If not, the 3 evil demons would not have had the chance to say such unpleasant words. When Chen Shang previously saw Long Yu being insulted in such a manner without being able to retaliate, he knew that those who managed to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source would not be able to live a good life. Do you often get bullied here? Chen Shang laughed. Looks like people who can cultivate world-defying stage divine source do not live a good life here. HMPH, that's only when we meet this kind of disgusting bug. Hell is so big, it's hard to avoid this kind of disgusting bug that doesn't know how high the sky is and how deep the earth is. If they meet some other people who are afraid of death, they would be very afraid of those who can cultivate world-defying stage divine source S, because our group is like someone who has a large amount of resources, and we can use these resources to place a bounty on those smelly bugs. Long Yu thought back to the words of the square-faced big brother and felt disgusted. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3771. Long Yu brought Chen Shang and entered the Fire Devil Valley, which also caused Long Yu to heave a sigh of relief. There were no guards at the entrance of Fire Devil Valley, so it did not look very tight. The entire Fire Devil Valley was not very big, and could only hold around 100,000 people. Long Yu had said before that there were not many people in the infernal realm. Miss Long Yu, do you have any alchemist experts in H.E.L.L.? After Chen Shang entered the valley, he had to find something to do. As an alchemist, he would obviously need to find some medicine shop to go around. Yes, there were 2 or 3 in the Fire Devil Valley, but they were usually in closed doors. What, you want to find them to refine pills? If you have enough Tao Creation divine crystals, they will help you refine pills as well. Long Yu said. But don't put all your hopes on this. Although pills can help people improve, in the infernal realm, pills are extremely precious. I know that the environment in the infernal realm is vile. It is difficult to grow medicinal herbs. There definitely won't be that many medicinal herbs for alchemy. Chen Shang was a little surprised. He F***C King thought that there really was an alchemist in the infernal realm. No, there are many strange herbs in H.E.L.L. You've already seen the infernal lava before. The infernal lava itself is formed from energy. Long Yu argued, the infernal realm only does not emit any energy. However, it will hide itself in the ground, or perhaps concentrate itself in a certain region, so there are quite a few rare medicinal ingredients here. Fire Devil Valley is a very small place. If you go there, you will understand. Chen Shang felt that H.E.L.L. was becoming more and more strange. Are all the alchemists here powerful? Chen Shang asked again. Of course they're powerful. The majority of the alchemists that can come here are those people who have nowhere to go. It can be seen that their skill level is not low. As Long Yu and Chen Shang walked in the Fire Devil Valley, it attracted a lot of attention. It was mainly because of the qi on Chen Zhang's body, which was out of place with the place. If we had known earlier, we would have disguised ourselves before coming in. Long Yu did not get used to it no matter how many people looked at her. She used to wear a mask. Chen Shang didn't mind, because Long Yu had said before that the Fire Devil Valley was very safe. There are many Saint Crystal lode in this place, as long as you can find them, you can dig them up anytime you want. Long Yu said softly as he led Chen Shang to a big inn. Just as they arrived at the tavern's entrance, Long Yu and Chen Shang saw a large group of people dressed in purple light armor walk out. These people looked very rude and unreasonable. The tavern's owner did not even dare to speak loudly when he saw them. This woman cultivated world-defying stage divine source, how can she mix with such a man? The leader, a purple-armored man, stared at Chen Shang and Long Yu. His name was Ling Yanghong, and he was the leader of the purple demon conglomerate. Chen Shang had seen the situation where the wind demon group was not afraid of Long Yu, so he was not surprised to see them acting so arrogantly in front of Long Yu. All of you, get out of the way. Long Yu shouted coldly. Yo, a woman with a good personality, ha ha ha, Ling Yanghong laughed sinisterly, sweeping Long Yu up and down with a frivolous manner. Come. Beat me up, quote. Long Yu could not hit her, otherwise, she would be sensed by the mysterious power and would be immediately teleported away. Chen Shang saw that Long Yu was angry, but did not say anything. Previously, when Long Yu came, he said that this place was not bad, but not long after, she was angered by the second wave of people. Who are you people? Aren't you afraid that I'll put a bounty on you? Long Yu was enraged, he clenched his fists. We are the Purple Demon Group, the famous Purple Demon Group. Have you never heard of it? You must have just come here. Did you bring this kid down from above? It looks delicious, and its smell is very proper. Ling Yanghong looked at Chen Shang and licked his lips. Alright, Purple Demon Group, you guys keep that in mind. Long Yu had already decided to use a large amount of Tao Creation Divine Crystals to reward them. We're not afraid of the bounty, so we kill as many as we can. We were just worried that no one would come find us, ha ha ha, Ling Yanghong laughed, and the other team members behind him also laughed along. Long Yu was so angry that her entire body was trembling, she started to feel that L was not a good place for her. At least she could not release her anger as much as she liked. If she did not cultivate world-defying stage divine source, she would have already started fighting with the people in front of her. Ling Yanghong was not afraid of the bounty, because even though Long Yu had offered a high bounty, the strongest person chasing after him was only slightly stronger than him, and their entire purple demon conglomerate was very strong, so he was not afraid. Furthermore, he liked to provoke those who could cultivate the world-defying stage divine source, not to mention that Long Yu was an ice mountain beauty. Chen Shang, on the other hand, didn't mind. After all, Ling Yanghong didn't directly target him. Furthermore, he was not very familiar with Long Yu either, and did not get angry because of Long Yu. Long Yu pulled on Chen Zhang's clothes, and angrily led Chen Shang to avoid this group of people from the purple demon conglomerate. Chen Shang felt that this Fire Devil Valley was not that safe. If they met someone who was shameless and did not fear death, no one would be able to do anything to them. Halt! Ling Yanghong was even stronger than him. What are you guys doing? Long Yu shouted. We want to eat this brat. Name a price and sell him to me. Ling Yanghong looked down and laughed sinisterly. Wishful thinking. Long Yu was infuriated, but she could not do anything as she could not do anything. This was the first time she felt that the restrictions on people who could cultivate world-defying stage divine source in the infernal realm was extremely difficult. Chen Zhang's expression turned cold. This group of people were finally going to provoke him. You don't want to sell it, do you? That's even better, we'll just directly S-N-A-T-C-H it, haha, Ling Yanghong laughed sinisterly and came in front of Chen Shang. Look at your righteous aura, but what's the use? You are much weaker than us fiendish demons. Tonight, you are our food. Ling Yanghong rubbed his hands, signaling to the others to surround Chen Shang. I hate upright people like you the most. To actually come to the infernal realm, you should be avoiding death. Ha ha ha, truly laughable, Ling Yanghong laughed. What the H-E-L is it to you that I'm here? Are you an overlord of the infernal realm? A scoundrel like you, don't even mention eating me, you're not even qualified to touch me. Chen Shang was not afraid of this group of purple demons. Since the other party had already stepped out of bounds, there was no need for him to hold back. What an arrogant kid, he sure tastes good when he eats it. Although I am not the overlord of H-E-L, I am the overlord of Fire Devil Valley. Fire Devil Valley's fire demon group has already been eliminated by us. I hate the way you look at me. I hate the way you look at me when you're so high and mighty in front of me. I want you to kneel down. The first thing he did after sending the book was to look at the original content. Chapter 3772. Ling Yanghong really couldn't stand Chen Zhang's current expression. He waved his hand and had the other team members surround him. The people of Fire Devil Valley knew that the purple demon conglomerate was causing trouble and surrounded them. They were not afraid of the fierce battles that broke out here, because in their eyes, Chen Shang did not have any chance to resist. Although Long Yu had cultivated the world-defying stage divine source, she could not do anything. Long Yu was extremely anxious in her heart. She could not bring Chen Shang along either. The purple demon group was much stronger than the wind devil group. She could not rush out without using her own world-defying stage divine source, but once she used it, she would be teleported elsewhere. What if I don't kneel? Chen Shang said coldly. Then I will hit you until you kneel. Ling Yanghong said in a cold voice, I'll give you a chance. If you kneel down, I won't even bother to do anything anymore. I'll shout 3 times. 1, 2. Just as Ling Yanghong was shouting, an elderly suddenly rushed in. Ling Yanghong, you've caused enough trouble. The old man's hair was in a mess, his red clothes were tattered, although he was reeking of evil qi, he had rushed out to stop Ling Yanghong, showing that he was a good person. Old Huo, you haven't killed yourself. Ha ha ha, if I don't kill you, I'll just leave you with your dog life, causing you to commit suicide in humiliation. I find this method of death very satisfying. When Ling Yanghong saw the old man, he laughed wickedly, are you jumping out to protect this boy? When I first established the Fire Devil Valley, it was to give everyone a comfortable environment. Ever since you guys arrived, the Fire Devil Valley has never been at peace. As long as I still have one breath, I will definitely stop you guys from bullying others. The old fire demon spoke with righteousness and caused Chen Shang to secretly admire him. Long Yu had told Chen Shang before that many of the people in the infernal realm were villains who deserved to die. The wind demon group and the purple demon group were the same, but the fire demon in front of them was a very good old man. Chen Shang had already made the best preparations to take action. Not to mention the other party wanting him to kneel, even if he had to lower his head, he would absolutely not compromise. Lao, Chen Shang originally wanted to let the fire devil retreat, but he didn't think that Ling Yanghong would take a step forward. With a wave of his long blade, the quick blade chopped off the arm of the fire demon, and then smashed onto the chest of the fire demon, knocking the fire demon down to the ground. Ling Yanghong stomped his foot on the flame devil's face, and said with a cold laugh, old fellow, you still think that I didn't abuse you enough last time, right? Brat, quickly kneel down. Ling Yanghong pointed his blade at Chen Shang. If you dare look at me again, I will dig out your eyes. You evil demon, I think you are dirty. This evil demon of yours is not worthy for me to see. Even if you have a person's body, I would still feel that it is insulting. Let me tell you, even if you want to kneel to me, you are not qualified, and the evil demon is not worthy to be in my eyes. Quote. Chen Shang had already reached out and grabbed Ling Yanghong's purple-colored long blade. Red and black-colored scales overflowed from his hand, then turned into dragon claws. There's something inside this kid's body, there's a dragon. Ling Yanghong was shocked, and anxiously shouted, quickly take him down, we have dragon meat to eat. As soon as Ling Yanghong finished speaking, Chen Shang grabbed his long blade and pulled with great force, pulling Ling Yanghong over. His other hand also turned into a dragon claw, the tip of the claw converging, its sharp claws piercing straight towards Ling Yanghong's abdomen. With a hualala sound, Chen Zhang's dragon claw directly pierced into Ling Yanghong's abdomen, and then, it erupted with a scorching dragon aura that poured into Ling Yanghong's entire body. Ling Yanghong was already wearing purple armor, but's dragon claw had pierced through his body in an instant. Ling Yanghong was the leader of the purple demon conglomerate, the strongest and the most vicious, yet he had been beaten to a pulp. Chen Shang fiercely pulled back the dragon claw. He grabbed onto Ling Yanghong's incomparably pitch-black heart that was emitting an evil aura. Ling Yanghong held onto his chest, and lay on the ground, twitching with a face full of fear. He did not die, his body was being enveloped in scorching dragon flames, which was currently wreaking havoc throughout his body, causing him to feel as if countless hot nails had pierced into his body. Chen Shang released 2 clones and locked onto the people from the purple demon conglomerate. Then, with a loud roar, he borrowed the power of the scarlet dragon that was slaughtering the people from his body to release an extremely strong scorching pressure that fiercely pressed onto the bodies of the evil demon group. In the moment of impact, all of the evil demons turned into black ashes and were pressed into black ashes. Senior, are you all right? Chen Shang took out the rebirth powder and smeared it on the fiery demon's severed arm. He then picked up the other arm and connected it with it, quickly healing it. The onlookers swallowed their saliva. In an instant, all of the purple fiends had been defeated. Aside from the captain, the rest had already been reduced to ashes. Long Yu looked at the struggling Ling Yanghong on the ground and sneered, "You reckless fool, do you regret this now? HMPH, you have fled to H.E.L. with great difficulty to avoid death and vengeance, yet instead of cherish H.I. plussing this chance to live properly, you are now committing evil deeds everywhere. You no longer have the chance to regret your actions." Quote. Long Yu also felt extremely comfortable in her heart, and Chen Zhang's strength had once again made her see him in a new light. She felt that if Chen Shang really cultivated the world-defying stage divine source, then Golden Fire Arrogant Lord would probably not be his match. "Chen Shang, how are you going to deal with him?" Long Yu said. "He is not dead yet, although he is being tormented like this, I hope that he can die in a more painful manner." Chen Shang walked over, bent down, and looked at Ling Yanghong's face filled with fear. At this time, he had already completely experienced Chen Zhang's power, and he was extremely regretful in his heart, regretting that he did not provoke Chen Shang. "I remember you saying that I had a righteous aura around me, right? Alright, I'll teach you the evil side of me right now." Chen Shang sneered, his eyes suddenly turned red, and he forced out a black mist from his hands. When the black mist appeared, the surrounding people started S.H.I. plus varying, the black mist released an evil killing intent, causing them to feel extremely uneasy. Although they were all cultivators of the evil spirit Qi, they were still far from Chen Zhang's killing evil dragon Qi. An old man shouted in fear. Everyone suddenly realized why Chen Shang was able to hide his killing evil dragon so well. No. When Ling Yanghong saw that Chen Shang had injected the black mist into his body, he screamed miserably. Ling Yanghong let out a heart-wrenching scream as he tumbled crazily on the ground. The evil qi that Chen Shang had released was not only able to pierce into his body, but also his soul. Many of the demons in the Fire Devil Valley were all people who killed people without thinking, while the Ling Yanghong in front of them was in so much pain that he crazily jumped up and down, and in the end, directly died from the pain. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. Chapter 3773. Long Yu nodded her head in satisfaction. She suddenly started to admire Chen Shang a little, and understood why First Beast Creation Ancestor had to protect Chen Shang. "Old Senior, Fire Devil Valley is yours now." Chen Shang smiled at the fire demon. No. It's yours. I don't have the ability to protect Fire Devil Valley. The fire demon's face was filled with shame. He also had endless respect for Chen Shang, who called him senior made him even more flattered. "I won't stay here long," Chen Shang said. "I still need you to maintain my Fire Devil Valley in the future." "Alright, thank you little brother for your help." Then, he brought Chen Shang and Long Yu to his cave residence. When they arrived at the entrance of the cave, there were still 2 members of the purple demon conglomerate guarding it, but they were easily killed by Chen Shang. Entering the Fire Devil Cave, the fire demons took out many good things to entertain Chen Shang and Long Yu. Back then, when Long Yu came to Fire Devil Valley, she had kept a low profile and did not see any fire demons. She only stayed here for a few months before leaving. "Little brother, the medicine you used to treat me was not bad. I wonder if you have enough. Can you sell me some?" The fire demon asked. "You haven't signed a blood contract with the H.E.L. tablet." Long Yu was a little surprised. "No, I might one day leave H.E.L. too." The fire demon said, "I have a lot of enemies up there. Those medicinal herbs or rebirth powder I still have a lot here." Chen Shang took out a large box and gave it to the fire demon. "These are 10 million Tao creation holy crystals, is it enough?" "If it's not enough, I still have more." The fire demon quickly said a storage bag to Chen Shang. "Enough." Chen Shang smiled slightly. "This is truly a good medicinal herb. Did you get it from the medicine creation divine continent? The fire demon opened it and was pleasantly surprised. I made it myself. Chen Shang laughed. Fire demon and Long Yu were immediately shocked. They never thought that Chen Shang knew how to refine pills. You must be the medicine creation divine continent's pill God. Why do you have enmity with others? Even if there is an enmity between us, we should not be forced to hide in H.E.L.L. The fire demon asked in surprise. Senior fire demon, why are you hiding here? You seem to have been here a long time. Chen Shang asked again. I offended someone from the initial God creation realm, I ran down there. If I appeared, they would immediately sense that someone was going to kill me, so I had no choice but to hide here until I managed to cultivate world-defying stage divine source. Fire demon sighed. Chen Shang and Long Yu looked at each other. We were chased by the golden fire arrogant lord. Long Yu said, have you heard of the golden fire arrogant lord? What, you guys actually dared to offend someone like this? It's true that we can only hide in H.E.L.L. How did you offend him? The fire demon was so shocked that it stood up from the chair. I crippled his grandson. Chen Shang curled his lips. This isn't my fault. His grandson wanted to kill me first. He was very clear about the strength of the golden fire arrogant lord, but Chen Shang actually crippled his grandson. Fire demon, is there a very safe place here? Long Yu asked. I haven't come to the infernal realm for many years, and before this, I didn't understand too much about the infernal realm either. You've been in it for so many years, you should know a lot about the infernal realm, right? Fire Devil Valley was not absolutely safe, if not the purple demon group would not cause trouble here. There is a very suitable place for little brother to go to, and that is the Dan Devil City. There are many pill GODs who are escaping to the infernal realm, but they now call themselves Dan Devil, and when everyone picks the herbs, they will sell them in Dan Devil City. The fire demon said. Alright, let's go to Dan Devil City. Long Yu said. I'll leave now. After Chen Shang bid farewell to the fire demon, he was dragged out of Fire Devil Valley by Long Yu and headed towards the Dan Devil City. Long Yu got the map from the fire demons, and started to run frantically in accordance to the map. Looks like the devils in H.E.L.L. aren't very powerful either. Chen Shang said. Previously, Long Yu had said something fierce and warned Chen Shang 100 times. HMPH, even if you know how to forge pills, you still won't tell me. What level have you reached in your pill forging? Long Yu had used rebirth powder before, so she was naturally clear about its effects. It was just that she didn't know that it was Chen Shang who created it at that time. It's hard to say. In short, I was able to reach the divine origin chi stage because I ate my own pills to break through. I've always been eating my own pills to break through. Chen Shang said. Long Yu snorted, being able to eat pills to cultivate and produce divine origin chi, this was the pinnacle of realms, she had never seen or heard of this kind of pill God. You really have the confidence to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source. Because Long Yu had been popular with the Storm and Purple Demon group earlier, she didn't want to stay in this D.A.M.net place any longer. She wanted to leave quickly. Now that his hope was on Chen Shang, if Chen Shang managed to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source, then he would have enough strength to resist the golden fire arrogant lord. Of course there is. It's just that I haven't found the way to do it yet. Since there are medicinal ingredients in H.E.L.L., then let's go to Dan Devil City to take a look first. Maybe we can find some pretty good ones, if not, then we can only think of other ways. Chen Shang said. Long Yu now had confidence in Chen Shang. After all, he was a pill God. Chen Shang, are you going to use the 9 keys to release first beast creation ancestor? Long Yu said. Yes, he promised me that he would let me cultivate the immortal body. That's why I wanted to save him. Chen Shang laughed. As long as he allows me to cultivate my indestructible physique, you can do whatever you want to him. There's no need for you to remind him. I'll definitely teach him a lesson when the time comes. Long Yu shouted in anger. You were born a killing evil dragon? Chen Shang asked. Yes, I am still relatively young, if not golden fire arrogant lord would not be my match at all. Long Yu realized that when Chen Shang looked at her, his eyes contained ridicule, and he shouted loudly. You only have 1 killing evil dragon, so your strength is naturally weak. Chen Shang laughed. And I have 3. Your legendary mantra. Long Yu had also seen Chen Zhang's clone before. Yes, do you want to learn? Chen Shang laughed. Even if you give it to me, I don't know when I'll be able to learn it. I have already grasped a type of legendary mantra. If I were to learn the second type, I don't even know how long it would take. Long Yu snorted. I can help you learn it quickly, around a month or so. If you really want to learn, we can make a deal. Chen Shang said. Really, how come I never knew about such things? If he could learn it faster with our beast creation race's blood sacrifice, wouldn't that be something like that? I don't want to learn it. Long Yu did not believe that it was true. No, I just ate a rock. After that, I learned it. I myself mastered 3 legendary mantra. I can break through S, P, A, C and escape, that's one of them. Chen Shang laughed. If you didn't have something that I needed on you, I wouldn't even bother to tell you about it. The first thing he did after sending the book was to look at the original content. Chapter 3774. Long Yu, who was running, immediately stopped and stared at Chen Shang, asking, "What did you see on my body? You brat, you've been wanting to kill me from the beginning. I didn't have any ideas about you. At most, it would be a fair exchange. If you learn my doppelganger mantra, your strength will increase even more, and if you give me the thing, you wouldn't suffer much of a loss." Chen Shang waved his hand and laughed. How is your doppelganger mantra? I only know that I can clone. I don't know much else, so you can tell me first. Long Yu really wanted to master the doppelganger mantra. Chen Shang told Long Yu the details of the doppelganger mantra. After hearing it, Long Yu felt that it was not bad and nodded slightly. Okay, what do you want from me? I do have many good things, but I've never let you see them. Long Yu really wanted to know what treasure Chen Shang was targeting her with. The scales on your body. Your scales seem to be very strong. I want to get some to make armor for you. Chen Shang said. You are a killing evil dragon, your dragon body is so big, taking out 1 or 2 dragon scales would definitely not be a loss, right? It was because Xiao Shanglan wanted the scales on Long Yu's body. When Chen Shang was fighting with Long Yu previously, he saw that the black scales surrounding Long Yu were extremely powerful and could absorb a lot of energy. I can give you 10 pieces, but each piece is very large. As long as you take 1 piece, you will be able to create a set of armor. Long Yu nodded his head. All these dragon scales fell off automatically, so there's no loss to me. It fell off automatically. Is there a guarantee of strength? Chen Shang was a little worried. Don't worry, I won't screw you over. Long Yu had already taken out a piece of black dragon scale. Chen Shang placed the dragon scale inside the Yuyao mountain villa, and then said to Long Yu, wait. Xiao Shanglan examined the dragon scale, and after a moment, she nodded in satisfaction. These dragon scales will do. Xiao Shanglan handed over a doppelganger mantra soul stone to Chen Shang. Is someone hiding in your divine sense sea world? Long Yu scoffed. You also don't want the dragon scale. My master wants it. Give me the remaining 9 dragon scales, and I'll give you the Paternoster soul stone. Chen Shang opened up his palm, revealing that round doppelganger mantra soul stone in his hand. Long Yu took out 9 pieces of dragon scale and gave them to Chen Shang, then she obtained the Paternoster soul stone as well. Don't you dare mess with me. When Long Yu took over the Paternoster soul stone, she could only trust Chen Shang. Try it and you will know. Once you have successfully grasped the Paternoster soul stone, we will head to the Dan Devil City. Chen Shang said. Long Yu took out the time array and ate it inside. After Chen Shang waited outside for an entire day, she finally came out from the time array. Although she was still cold at the moment, her charming and cold gaze could not conceal the joy in her heart. She had successfully grasped the doppelganger mantra, which was a huge improvement for her. If she were to face the Golden Fire arrogant lord now, she would definitely not be in such a sorry state. I've said it before, the Paternoster soul stone will not disappoint you. Chen Shang laughed. Where did you get this Paternoster soul stone? I've lived for so long, but I've never heard of this kind of thing. If most ancient era wanted to make a ranking list for divine objects, your Paternoster soul stone would definitely be number 1. Long Yu was full of praise for the Paternoster soul stone. The Paternoster soul stone was refined by my master. She is a heavenly incantation master and also a refiner. Chen Shang chuckled. Your dragon scales will also be refined by her, so it won't be long before I get a set of your armor. Your master actually doesn't concoct pills. Then who did you learn your pill refining skills from? Long Yu asked again. From what a wife like me learned, she's prettier and more charming than you. Chen Shang was talking about Su Meiyao, and it was Su Meiyao who had led him into the Tao of alchemy back then. Humph. Long Yu was very unhappy. Although she always hid her face, she still cared a lot about her appearance. As long as she was a woman, most of them would not like it when someone said that she was not as beautiful as other women. Seeing Long Yu's angry look, Chen Shang secretly rejoiced in his heart, because he felt that Long Yu had taken advantage of her and the value of that Paternoster soul stone was far greater than her dragon scale. How strong is your master? It shouldn't be too bad, right? Long Yu asked. Since you have always been inside your divine sense sea world, why didn't you come out when you were fighting against him last time? She was much weaker than me, but she was very powerful when it came to refining and using incantations. At that time, she wanted to come up with something, but I refused. Chen Shang said. Long Yu looked ahead, the sky was dark, and in the distance, clouds and mist appeared. She frowned. Let's continue on our journey, hurry up and reach the Dan Devil City. What's wrong? Is something bad going to happen? Chen Shang also saw the clouds in the sky. No, I am just worried that something else might happen. Although your strength is not weak, there are many things that happen frequently in the infernal realm. It is safer to enter the Dan Devil City as soon as possible. Long Yu was simply unable to protect Chen Shang here and she could not use her own world-defying stage divine source. There aren't many guys here who can beat me, right? Chen Shang said. Indeed, there aren't many of them, but sometimes there will be some kind of natural disaster or similar power that would appear. Against such power, not to mention you, even someone like us who has cultivated to the level of world-defying stage divine source would find it difficult to survive. Long Yu was more worried that he would encounter such a thing. Is that really happening? Chen Shang looked at the red clouds in the sky. Long Yu had already started to sprint. There are, and the reason why many who managed to cultivate world-defying stage divine source died in L is because of these natural disasters. The skies above the infernal realm had always been grayish-white and hazy. However, more than half of the sky was covered with a faint red mist. It seemed to be gradually dyed red. It was an extremely strange sight. Chen Shang and Long Yu had already sprinted for 2 days, and at this time, the red mist had already arrived above them. Miss Long Yu, what's going on? Chen Shang was a little worried. If it was really what Long Yu had said about a natural disaster, it would definitely be filled with all kinds of dangers. I don't know. We need to increase our speed to get to the Dan Devil City. Long Yu felt that the Dan Devil City would definitely be safer, as the cities here also had enchantment incantations for defense. Although they had to pay a lot of fees to enter the city, they could be exchanged for a safe environment. In front of them was the Dan Devil City. When Chen Shang and Long Yu reached the main city gate of the Dan Devil City, the city gate was already closed. It's closed. Long Yu fiercely kicked the huge city gate twice. At this time, the blood mist in the air became even thicker and began to drip down. It was raining, but the rain was red. When the rain fell on Chen Zhang's body, he let out a scream. Ah! Chen Shang jumped up, and the rain landed on his body, sing through his clothes and entering into his flesh. This book came from the 17K web page. The first thing I did was to look at the original content. G_cover cup Starlet Idol Premier AV Champions League Online Watch. Pay attention to the WeChat public number, mainblue 123, press and hold for 3 seconds to copy. Chapter 3775. Black armor had already appeared on Long Yu's body as she took out a piece of dragon's scale to S+L Chen Zhang's head. We have to get in. I don't know what kind of strange rain this is, but if my armor continues to be drenched like this, I definitely won't be able to take it. Long Yu said. I wonder if we can hide in the depths. Chen Shang said. This won't do. If the blood rain is too heavy, the blood water can seep deep into the ground. If it is soaked in the water, the consequences will be even worse. Long Yu scolded in a low voice. Truly evil, I've never heard of such a thing even though I've been in L for such a long time, yet now we've encountered it. Chen Shang looked at the door and saw a crack, and said, I might be able to go in, but I can't bring you in. Why don't you enter my divine tool first? Quote. That's the only way. Long Yu entered Chen Zhang's 6 realms mirrors S. Chen Shang used the profound Feng mantra to turn himself into a gust of wind, and floated through the crack in the door. I still can't do it. This Dan Devil City's barrier is very strong, even after I transform into the profound wind, I still can't penetrate it. After Chen Shang turned into the wind and was drenched in blood, his body also felt very uncomfortable. Use the sky-shattering incantation. Xiao Shonglin said. Estimate the distance well, and when you sprint, use the sky-shattering incantation. When you enter the broken S.P.A.C.E., turn into a gust of wind. I can't guarantee the direction of the sky-shattering incantation, so I can only try it out and try my luck. Chen Shang thought, and then followed Xiao Shonlin's instructions. He maintained a certain distance from Dan Devil City and then used the sky-breaking incantation. After shattering the S.P.A.C.E., he would use the profound Feng mantra and rush into the shattered S.P.A.C.E. We failed. Chen Shang did not succeed in entering the Dan Devil City, he simply went back and forth while using the sky-breaking curse. Chen Shang could only endure the pain and continue trying. Only after trying more than 10 times did he successfully enter the Dan Devil City. I'm finally in. Chen Shang had already turned into a gust of wind, floating above the Dan Devil City. He came to an empty alley and let Long Yu out. Are you okay? When Long Yu came out and saw that Chen Shang was exhausted, he asked anxiously. I'm fine. I've been soaked in that blood for too long. I've been injured, so I'll be fine after a short rest. Chen Shang said. Quickly, bring me to a quiet place. This was also the first time Long Yu came to the Dan Devil City. She supported Chen Shang and quickly walked down the street, quickly finding an inn. She asked for a room and quickly brought Chen Shang into it. Seeing how anxious she was, the waiters all chuckled. Long Yu was watching over Chen Shang in the room. Chen Shang was currently recuperating inside the time array, and after waiting for more than 2 hours, Chen Shang came out from the time array. I've finally recovered. The blood is terrifying. Chen Shang thought back to this and was secretly afraid in his heart. If I were to be drenched in that heavy rain of blood for a long period of time, I would definitely die. This should be the natural disaster. Seeing that Chen Shang was fine, Long Yu was a lot more relieved. She sat by the window looking down the street and said, the enchantment of the Dan Devil City is truly powerful. To be able to resist this rain of blood, it seems that they had already considered this problem when they were building this city. What made her even more shocked was that Chen Shang could actually enter the Dan Devil City from the outside. Come, let's go out for a walk. Long Yu said. Chen Shang and Long Yu walked out of the inn, and when they arrived outside, they discovered that the entire sky had turned blood red. The Dan Devil City was protected by a barrier, otherwise, it would have been covered by the blood rain a long time ago. On the street, they could also hear many people talking. There must have been a lot of guys dying somewhere. Only by causing a bloodbath and killing would there be such a natural disaster. Don't make wild guesses. I feel like this is a calamity from H.E.L.L. In short, we are fine now. When I first entered the Dan Devil City, I thought that giving the Tao Creation's sacred crystals was not worth it, but now it seems like it was really worth it. She and Chen Shang looked at each other. They did not need any Tao Creation holy crystals to enter this place. Dan Devil City is really strong, to be able to create such a powerful barrier to protect the entire city. Chen Shang said as he looked into the sky. I wonder if there's really a powerful God of pills here. Long Yu felt that his understanding of H.E.L.L. was still too little, even though she came often. We'll find out when we find out. Chen Shang said. If it was not an H.E.L.L., he would have released the mysterious body to investigate. There were indeed many fellows in the infernal realm who liked to devour spirit bodies. Moreover, they were extremely sensitive to spirit bodies, so if they were to be discovered, it would be difficult for the spirit bodies to escape. Long Yu and Chen Shang asked some sirs be on the way. After half a day said, they still did not find anything. No one here is friendly. Chen Shang curled her lips and said, and all of them were so cold and detached. This was different from when he was in the most ancient era. In the normal human world, although he could meet unfriendly and cold people, this was only a small number. You have to be clear, this is H.E.L.L. Long Yu said. Seems like I can only use another method. She brought Chen Shang to a hotel, asked for a private room, and ordered a lot of food. After that, she conveniently asked the waiter in charge of serving the dishes, gave him some Tao Creation divine crystals, and asked him about a lot of things. There were 4 most famous Dan Devils in the Dan Devil City, and all the people in the other cities had heard of this. These 4 apathetic pills were all very good, obtaining the recognition of many people. They all had pill shops here, and many people would sell them to these pill shops if they found medicinal ingredients outside. The recent matter made Tianyu Dan Devil extremely happy, because he had obtained 2 Shenyuan crystal ginseng. As Long Yu gave the Tao creation sacred crystal very readily, he was very willing to say more. What is a Shenyuan crystal ginseng? Chen Shang asked anxiously. I'm not too sure either. Rumor has it that it's a medicinal herb that can help people cultivate the world-defying stage divine source. The waiter thought for a moment, and continued. Oh right, according to the rumors, this place was created by a lot of people who cultivated and produced world-defying stage divine source after death. The Shenyuan crystal ginsengs are blood red all over, and are as tall as humans. Quote. Where did you get it from Tianyu Dan Devil? Long Yu felt that as long as it was beneficial to his cultivation in the world-defying stage divine source, it would be beneficial to him. He bought it. However, the seller had reneged on his words. That seller was also very capable, so this matter caused quite a big ruckus. The waiter said, they're still causing trouble now. If you don't believe me, you can go to Tianyu restaurant and take a look. Chen Shang and Long Yu also did not eat the dishes they ordered, and directly gave them to the waiter, as they hurriedly rushed to Tianyu restaurant. Miss Long Yu, maybe we are not in a rush to get the Shenyuan crystal ginseng, we do not have the confidence to get it. Chen Shang said anxiously. Moreover, there is still a dispute. Chapter 3776. Let's go over and take a look. I have a lot of Tao Creation's holy crystals, I should be able to buy them. Long Yu did not think that far, she seemed to be extremely confident in the large amount of Tao Creation holy crystals in her hands. Tianyu restaurant was pitch black. Moreover, the windows S.H.I. plus Ned with a faint green light, giving off a very strange and deep feeling. Coupled with the fact that the sky was currently covered in blood-red clouds, it was even more frightening from a distance. There were many people standing outside of Tianyu restaurant. Some of them were sitting on chairs, completely blocking the entrance. Old Devil Tianyu, get the H.E.L. down here. Below, a yellow-haired old man sat on a black dragon throne and shouted, if you have the guts, then don't hide inside, get the H.E.L. out here. Seeing this old man, Chen Shang and Long Yu knew that he must be the owner of the 2 Shenyuan crystal ginseng that were tricked. The yellow-haired old man dared to block the exit of Tianyu restaurant, and even called Tianyu Dan Devil this. It could be seen that he himself had a certain level of strength. Master, what should we do? He's not coming out, the middle-aged man beside the yellow-haired old man said, his face full of anger. I will find a way to get him out of here, I'll give him another day. If you don't come out and chat with me, I'll go look for City Lord. The yellow-haired old man harumphed, we all concoct pills, yet you dare to scam me like this. Chen Shang and Long Yu heard the discussions of the crowd and knew that the yellow-haired old man was also a Dan Devil, his name was Yellow Heaven Dan Devil. The relations H.I. plus P between the Yellow Heaven Pellet and Tianyu Dan Devil was pretty good. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil came to ask Tianyu Dan Devil about the 2 Shenyuan crystal ginseng because he did not recognize them, but Tianyu Dan Devil said that these were not good ingredients. After Tianyu Dan Devil obtained the Shenyuan crystal ginseng, Nai was unable to restrain the joy in her heart and freely announced this matter to her disciple. Afterwards, those disciples also could not keep their mouths shut and spread it to Yellow Heaven Dan Devil. When Yellow Heaven Dan Devil heard about it, he went into a rage and hurriedly gathered his men to head to Tianyu restaurant. When Tianyu restaurant found out that Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was coming, they hurriedly shut the door, which was why Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was blocking the door right now. Long Yu sent a sound transmission to Chen Shang, and said, this Yellow Heaven Dan Devil has cultivated up a world-defying stage divine source, so this Tianyu Dan Devil must be the same. If it wasn't for the blood rain outside, this Tianyu Dan Devil would have released the power of the world-defying stage divine source and let the mysterious energy teleport him away. When 2 people who had cultivated world-defying stage divine source met with such a conflict in the midst of a blood rain from the natural disaster, they could only resolve it by cursing loudly. They did not dare to use the power of the divine origin realm, otherwise, they would be teleported away. Everyone was happy to see such a thing happen. In any case, they couldn't leave this place, so it seemed like a good idea to relieve their boredom. Old Devil Tianyu, you old thing, get out here right now. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil roared, his voice covering half of the Dan Devil city. Seeing this situation, Long Yu didn't know how to help Chen Shang get the Shenyuan crystal ginseng. Actually, the Shenyuan crystal ginseng's effects are only average, and are far from as exaggerated as the rumors say. Chen Shang suddenly thought of something and walked out. Kid, what do you mean? When the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil heard this, he was unhappy. Everyone felt it was strange seeing someone say that to the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil, so they all looked down. What is the main use of Shenyuan crystal ginseng? Chen Shang asked. Of course it's to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil snorted. And what is the basis for cultivating the world-defying stage divine source? Chen Shang asked again. Naturally it is to cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil continued. Shenyuan crystal ginseng can release a large amount of world-defying stage divine source qi, which is helpful for cultivation in the world-defying stage divine source. Since you can release a large amount of world-defying stage divine source qi, then why haven't you sensed it, Senior Huang Tian? Chen Shang said. Senior Huang Tian is a famous Dan Devil in the infernal realm. If even you are unable to sense the power within the Shenyuan crystal ginseng, then how would Tianyu Dan Devil know about it? Does his strength far surpass yours? Yellow Heaven Dan Devil thought for a moment, then said, but why did he take it as a treasure? Is there something wrong with him? Quote. Chen Shang laughed. The Shenyuan crystal ginseng does have a certain amount of world-defying stage divine source qi, but it is not as strong as what the rumors say, and I have even better ingredients here. I only need to eat 2 of these herbs to be able to help me cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi. Quote. Don't speak nonsense. I know that there are pills that can help a person cultivate the divine origin qi, but it's absolutely impossible for a person to cultivate the divine origin qi just by eating 2 pills. You're also a person who can cultivate the divine origin qi, so you should know how difficult it is to gather a strand of the divine origin qi. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil's words made many people nod their heads repeatedly. Many people here were only within the peak of world-defying magic realm, and it was difficult for them to cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi. Although the brat is young, I have never lied to him. I myself consumed this pill to help me break through. If you need help with breaking through, I can sell you 2 pills. You can try using time arrays on the spot, and if it really has the effect that I mentioned, it won't be too late for you to pay me. It won't be any loss for you guys. What Chen Shang said moved the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil's heart. Long Yu was just watching by the side. She did not know what Chen Shang was going to do, and she did not believe that Chen Shang could cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi after consuming 2 pills. Chen Shang only managed to cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi by refining leaves, and after he obtained the heavenly tree holy fruit, he gave 2 pills to Xiao Shonglin, which helped her break through successfully. Alright, if it's really as you say, then that Shenyuan crystal ginseng is probably only this much, but before that, can you let me see the medicinal ingredients you use to refine pills? Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was also very obsessed with alchemy. If he could see the herbs, he could roughly guess. Chen Shang took out a purple fruit. He pinched a large amount of the purple fire tree holy fruit, letting it emit waves after waves of weak divine origin energy, shocking everyone. None of the people from the infernal realm had the chance to see the divine tree holy fruit, so none of them knew it. Such a strong divine origin energy, it is indeed much better than Shenyuan crystal ginseng-s. What fruit is this? Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was suddenly very curious about Chen Zhang's origins. Ziwan spiritual fruit. Chen Shang randomly made up a name, and then took out 2 pellets. These are Ziwan Dan-s refined with Ziwan spiritual fruit. I only have 1 Ziwan spiritual fruit with me. If Senior likes it, we can discuss the price privately. Of course, these 2 pellets can also be given to Senior. Quote. The price is negotiable. Let's go. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil had his eyes on the Ziwan spiritual fruit. At least he looked a lot better than it. He had been fiddling with the Shenyuan crystal ginseng for a long time and was unable to react to any kind of divine qi. But the moment the fruit in Chen Zhang's hand appeared, a burst of divine origin energy dispersed outwards, which was very shocking. Just as Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was about to bring Chen Shang away, the doors of Tianyu restaurant opened. Tianyu Dan Devil had finally come out. Chapter 3777. When the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil saw Tianyu Dan Devil coming out, he mocked, "What are you doing out here? I don't need your Shenyuan crystal ginseng anymore." Quote. Tianyu Dan Devil snorted, looked at Chen Shang and said, "Your Ziwan Dan may not even have the best. You just want to take this opportunity to deceive Yellow Heaven Dan Devil." Quote. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil angrily said, "Old demon Tianyu, do you think you have the face to say that? Do you think everyone is as shameless as you? Old Demon Huang, you and I were the one who gave it to each other. Who else can you blame? Blame it on your ignorance. I am only advising you, do not be fooled anymore. Although Ziwan's spiritual fruit can release a very dense divine aura, it might not be a good thing. The Tianyu Dan Devil sneered. You are jealous that I am able to purchase the Ziwan spiritual fruit. PFF'd, stop trying to confuse us here, I don't believe you. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said. Tianyu Dan Devil, if you truly feel that the Ziwan spiritual fruit is not good enough, then can the Shenyuan crystal ginseng refine 2 pills so that people can cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi? Chen Shang smiled slightly. The Ziwan Dan I use the Ziwan spiritual fruit S to refine can allow the people from the peak of world-defying magic realm to cultivate divine origin qi. I don't know, because I haven't refined a Shenyuan crystal ginseng yet. The Tianyu Dan Devil snorted. I don't believe that your Ziwan Dan can help others break through, words are useless. Little brother, you just said that you want to sell the Ziwan Dan, right? Yellow Heaven Dan Devil stood on Chen Zhang's side. Yes, Chen Shang nodded. Alright, I'll buy 2 crystals for my disciple. How about 100 million Tao Creation Holy Crystals? The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said. Deal. Chen Shang still had a lot of Ziwan's spiritual fruit S, and Mei Jing's sisters and the rest could copy them too, so they did not care about the Ziwan Dan at all, not to mention the 100 million Tao Creation Holy Crystals was not low. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil bought 2 pills, called over a young man, and told him to eat them on the spot. Finally, he entered the time array. Wait a minute and we'll know if it's true or not. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil had already given the Tao Creation's divine crystal to Chen Shang, which proved that he trusted Chen Shang greatly. Tianyu Dan Devil watched from the side. If 2 Ziwan Dan S were really able to help someone cultivate world-defying stage divine source qi, then it proved that the Ziwan spiritual fruit was indeed better than the Shenyuan crystal ginseng. At the very least, he was not confident that he could use 2 Shenyuan crystal ginseng S to refine a pill that could help people cultivate divine origin qi. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil's time array was not bad, and after waiting for half a day, the man inside came out, his face full of excitement. Master, I've cultivated the divine origin qi. Hee, it seems like there is no need to doubt the effectiveness of the Ziwan Dan. Little brother, I'll take your Ziwan spiritual fruit. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil laughed and said, 50 million Tao Creation Holy Crystals is a fruit after all, and I still need to plant it when I bring it back. The Shenyuan crystal ginseng I sold to old demon Tianyu previously was only worth 20 million Tao Creation Holy Crystals each, so it should be worth 50 million. Quote. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was considered rich, the 2 pills he bought from Chen Shang previously cost 100 million, and now he had taken out 50 million. Sure, Chen Shang nodded. Wait, Tianyu Dan Devil hurriedly said. Little brother, you are probably lacking a lot of Tao Creation's holy crystals, right? I will buy your Tao Creation's divine crystal for 60 million. Quote. After Chen Shang heard it, he purposely revealed a difficult expression, but Senior Huang Tian and I agreed to. 70 million, the Tianyu Dan Devil said. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil's face was extremely ugly, he angrily said, Old Demon Tianyu, what is the meaning of this? Do you want to compete with me in medicinal herbs? Quote. The highest bidder gets it. The Tianyu Dan Devil sneered. 80 million, Yellow Heaven Dan Devil bellowed, follow me if you dare. Tianyu Dan Devil clenched his teeth and said, Old Demon Huang, how about this, I return the original price of the Shenyuan crystal ginseng to you, don't argue with me. 2 Shenyuan crystal ginseng S were much more effective than 1. You spent 100 million Tao Creation Holy Crystals to buy 2 Ziwan Dan, now you're spending another 80 million. Don't think that just because you're angry you're going to lose a lot of blood. Quote. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil took a few deep breaths and was thinking about it. Just now, he was just as impulsive as the 2 Ziwan Dan that he had spent 100 million on were worth it. At the very least, if his disciple cultivated his divine origin qi, it would be of great help to him in the future. But buying a Ziwan spiritual fruit for 80 million wasn't worth it. Just as Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was thinking about it, Chen Shang sent a sound transmission to Yellow Heaven Dan Devil. Senior Huang Tian, you promised him, actually, I still have several Ziwan spiritual fruit, I did this all for him to return them to you. Shenyuan crystal ginseng will definitely not be that bad, let's talk about it later. Quote. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was shocked, and immediately cooperated with Chen Shang. Fine, I'll let you win. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil pretended to say. That's right, Tianyu Dan Devil took out the Shenyuan crystal ginseng and handed it over to Yellow Heaven Dan Devil while chuckling. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil also returned the Tao Creation's divine crystals obtained from selling the Shenyuan crystal ginseng back to Tianyu Dan Devil. Little brother, I'll buy your Ziwan spiritual fruit with 50 million. The Tianyu Dan Devil laughed. Didn't you just say 70 million? Chen Shang frowned. That was an option just now, but now Elder Huang has already left. The Tianyu Dan Devil said. Then I'm not selling. Chen Shang pretended to be angry. That won't do, you already said 50 million to Huang Tian, why aren't you willing to sell it to me now? This is not right. Tianyu Dan Devil gave a signal to the people around him to surround Chen Shang. Little brother, just sell it, it's not selling who you want to sell. Right now, due to the natural calamities and the blood rain, if you wish to stay in Dan Devil City peacefully, you'd better cooperate with us. An old man said. He was a person of Tianyu restaurant. Chen Shang clenched his teeth, and said, okay, give me the Tao Creation's holy crystal. Tianyu Dan Devil gave the Tao Creation divine crystal to Chen Shang, then happily received the Ziwan spiritual fruit. As expected, he's better than the Shenyuan crystal ginseng. Tianyu Dan Devil laughed. I must plant it properly, and plant a fruit tree. Chen Shang snickered in his heart, what would happen if he could grow it? After all, it was the fruit of a purple fire tree, and if it really was grown, who knew how long it would take before it would take to bear its fruit. Little brother, thank you so much for selling me the Ziwan Dan. Why don't you come to my Yellow Sky Tower? Yellow Heaven Dan Devil pulled Chen Shang and laughed. Alright, I'll also discuss the Pill Dao with Senior Huang Tian. Chen Shang nodded, and then beckoned with his hand. Long Yu gasped in surprise at the sight. Chen Shang had brought back the Shenyuan crystal ginseng, and he even had a strong Dan Devil. When Tianyu Dan Devil said that he would buy Chen Zhang's fruits for 70 million, she went back on her word and even forced Chen Shang to sell him the Ziwan spiritual fruit. Therefore, he didn't invite Chen Shang to enter Tianyu restaurant since he often did such shameless things, and it was normal for him to take it for granted. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil brought Chen Shang back to the Yellow Sky Tower impatiently. Chapter 3778. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil and Chen Shang were in a secret living room. As he poured tea for Chen Shang and, he also laughed loudly. Little brother, you're really amazing. To think that old devil Tianyu was forced back by a Shenyuan crystal ginseng. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil laughed. To be honest, I'm an alchemist. That's why I'm very interested in all kinds of rare and precious medicinal ingredients, so I also want a Shenyuan crystal ginseng. Chen Shang laughed. I wonder if Senior Huang Tian can give me one. Didn't you send me a sound transmission saying that you have quite a few Ziwan spiritual fruit? How about you trade one with me? I'm very interested in all kinds of medicinal herbs. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said. Of course Chen Shang was happy, he anxiously took out a Ziwan spiritual fruit. Little brother, compared to my Shenyuan crystal ginseng, which one do you think is better? You must tell the truth. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said. I have to touch the Shenyuan crystal ginseng before I know. Chen Shang said. I've never even seen it before, but according to the descriptions in the rumors, I can deduce that the Shenyuan crystal ginseng should be not bad. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil took out a Shenyuan crystal ginseng and gave it to Chen Shang. The Shenyuan crystal ginseng was indeed huge, and even taller than Chen Shang. Its entire body was a blood-red colored crystal, and it was extremely street dye, yet it was even heavier. It's really big, Chen Shang exclaimed. Even though I didn't sense any aura, there's definitely a lot of energy contained within. But if I use my divine sense to investigate, I won't be able to find any energy within. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been tricked by that old demon Tianyu. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was suspicious. Is this Shenyuan crystal ginseng really not bad? It's really quite good. Let me tell you honestly, when compared to my Ziwan spiritual fruit, I need at least 50 Ziwan spiritual fruit to match up to this one. Quote. Chen Shang was only judging it based on his experience. If it was shown to He Fengyuan, he would be able to see the specific value of Shenyuan crystal ginseng s. Is this for real? But I can't detect the energy inside. I've been refining pills for many years and have seen many strange medicinal herbs, but I've never seen one like this before. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said. Not just Yellow Heaven Dan Devil, even Tianyu Dan Devil cannot clearly know the value of Shenyuan crystal ginseng, otherwise they wouldn't have been swindled back by Chen Shang. The main reason is that the medicinal ingredients themselves have already condensed into extremely high-quality crystals. Normally, when they reach this point, they would not release any aura and would even restrain themselves. When you release your spiritual sense in, it should have been quickly absorbed by the Shenyuan crystal ginseng. Chen Shang laughed. Senior Huang Tian, looks like I have to pay the difference in price. No need, no need. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil hurriedly said. If it wasn't for you, I would never know the true value of Shenyuan crystal ginseng, and it would be even more impossible to take it back. Truthfully, I can only curse at least a year and a half in front of Tianyu Yin. If old demon Tianyu won't return it to me, then there's nothing I can do about it. Quote. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was still very generous. He still had a Shenyuan crystal ginseng in his hands, which was enough for him to use for collection. Senior Huang Tian, actually refining a Ziwan Dan is not only required for that. Chen Shang laughed. I will need some other medicinal ingredients to assist me. Other than that, I need a good world-defying Dan grain. Chen Shang took out the other medicinal ingredients and gave them to the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil. That's pretty good. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil laughed and said, Old demon Tianyu is very cunning. He always likes to cheat others. He has finally fallen this time. When Tianyu Dan Devil bought the Ziwan spiritual fruit, he would definitely need to go back and grow it, so he would not start using it to refine pills anytime soon. Even if he went to concoct pills, he would not be able to find any problems, and he might not even succeed in the blink of an eye. Long Yu secretly admired Chen Shang. Although she didn't understand the Dan Devil-s here, she knew that those who could be called Dan Devil-s were all high-level alchemists in the infernal realm. And right now, Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was extremely courteous to Chen Shang. From this, it could be seen that Chen Zhang's level was definitely not any lower than Yellow Heaven Dan Devil's. Please enjoy your tea. I suddenly remember that I have something to take care of. I'll be back soon. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil left in a hurry. On the other hand, Chen Shang took the chance to give the Shenyuan crystal ginseng to He Fengyuan to study now. Since He Fengyuan had a better understanding of the situation, she would join hands with Mei Jing's sisters and the others to plant it. Chen Shang, can you use the Shenyuan crystal ginseng to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source? Long Yu asked in a low voice. Yes, Chen Shang was very sure, because he was very clear on the world-defying stage divine source's power contained within. That's good. Long Yu nodded his head. Looks like we won't stay here for long. I also want to go up quickly. Chen Shang wasn't used to the environment of the infernal realm, although he was safe here. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil returned not long after. How annoying. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said unhappily as he returned to drink his tea. What's wrong? Tianyu Dan Devil is here to cause trouble. Chen Shang was worried about this. Not him. It's those few Dan Devil-s who have come to cause trouble for me. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said with an unhappy expression. What trouble? Could it be that they already know the value of Shenyuan crystal ginseng? You came to ask for it. Chen Shang said. It's not about the Shenyuan crystal ginseng. The main thing is that when we were building the Dan Devil city back then, I made an agreement with the other 3 Dan Devil-s that whenever there was a natural disaster, we would have to conduct a Tian here. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said, now that the blood rain of the natural disaster has arrived, we have to fulfill our agreement. What kind of Tian will it be? Chen Shang was actually very interested in this. The conditions for the pill forging Tian are very harsh. If you were to lose, the consequences would be severe. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil sighed. I really shouldn't have agreed to it back then. What will happen if I lose? Long Yu asked. The loser needs to give their pill house to the winner for 1,000 years. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil replied, I hate things like this the most. I've only lost twice. Huang Tian Tower was a place for Yellow Heaven Dan Devil to earn holy crystals. If they were to give up this place for 1,000 years, it would truly be a great loss. Old Devil Tianyu, he always wins, sometimes we even tied. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said, we are about to begin. I do not wish to partake. P.8. We can make them change their way of playing, for example, just lose a portion of the Tao Creation's divine crystals. Chen Shang said, this pressure won't be too great. If the entire Heavenly Yellow Tower were to be used for 1,000 years, it would truly make him unhappy. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil did not have much confidence in his own strength, it would give him a lot of pressure. I wonder if they agree. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said. What if he doesn't partake? P.8. Chen Shang asked. If they don't partake, P.8, they will join hands and destroy my Yellow Sky Tower. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said, I'll go talk to them. See if I can convince them to change the method of defeat. The first thing he did after sending the book was to look at the original content. Chapter 3779, Chen Shang also wanted to partake, P.8 in the convent, Tian, but he didn't have any good excuses. Senior Huang Tian, let me go talk to them with you. Chen Shang replied, maybe I can convince them. Alright, let's go. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was relatively optimistic about Chen Shang and immediately agreed. Then, he brought Chen Shang and Long Yu downstairs. When they were walking down the stairs, Yellow Heaven Dan Devil told Chen Shang and Long Yu that the Dan Devils were currently gathered at the Scorching Sun Tower, which was also Burning Sun Dan Devil's territory. The Dan Devil city was not very big, so they quickly arrived at the Scorching Sun Tower. Arriving at one of the guest rooms upstairs, Chen Shang saw Tian Yu Dan Devil. Other than that, he also saw Burning Sun Dan Devil and his son. Burning Sun Dan Devil was a handsome middle-aged man and Smoke Charming was a woman. However, her face was covered by a white veil and it was not possible to see what she looked like. After carefully observing them, Chen Shang discovered that Long Yu and Smoke Charming were actually looking at each other. Although Long Yu was wearing a mask and Smoke Charming was wearing a white veil, they seemed to be extremely interested in each other. Long Yu was wearing a mask and was wrapped in black armor. If she didn't speak, she wouldn't have known that she was a girl, but why was Smoke Charming so interested in her? Huang Tian, why did you bring this little brother here? Tian Yu Dan Devil laughed. I didn't think you guys would be familiar to this extent, you guys sure are fast. Huang Tian said, he's my friend, so it's fine if I bring him here. I also didn't make it a secret so you can also bring people here. I don't object. Huang Tian, it seems like you do not wish to partake. P.8 in this convent. Tian. Actually, it's fine if you admit defeat. Just wait until the three of us come to a decision, then you can hand over this matter to the one who won. Burning Sun Dan Devil laughed out loud. Anyway, you might lose, why not compete with me? After all these years, I have always been sending people to and from the Pill Pavilion. I feel that it's not much fun, how about we just bet a large amount of Tao Creation's sacred crystals? The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said, if you can't afford it, you can at least pay in years, which is better than giving up Pill Tower for 1,000 years. If you take away my Pill Tower for 1,000 years, you might not even be able to earn that much Tao Creation divine crystals, and you might even need to take care of it. I don't think so. The Smoke Charming's gentle voice carried a trace of charm. Why not? The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said. Because I do not lack Tao Creation's divine crystals. I only want to occupy a pill house after winning. I feel very happy about this. The Smoke Charming laughed softly. Indeed, I also feel that winning 3 pill buildings is a great thing, ha ha ha, Burning Sun Dan Devil laughed, that's why it's still the old rule. Tian Yu Dan Devil laughed. Elder Huang, did you bring your friend here just to see you make a fool of yourself? The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was very angry, but he had no other choice. He looked at Chen Shang, hoping that he could come up with an idea. I don't think that winning someone else's pill pavilion will bring me any improvement. Chen Shang suddenly spoke out. During the convent, Tian, one can stimulate the pill refining level, and after winning, it's best if one could improve his level a little. Then tell me, the Burning Sun Dan Devil said. I think we should play like this. If we lose, we have to contribute a pill formula to the final winner. Chen Shang laughed. Isn't this kind of play very exciting? I think it's good. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil immediately said. We have a lot of pill formulas at our disposal, and we have always wanted to obtain the other party's pill formulas. How about we just compete like this? They had also thought about betting on the pill formulas. If they lost once or twice, it wouldn't be a problem. If he won, he would be able to obtain 3 types of pill formulas. Even if he won the pill pavilion, it would only be 1,000 years. If he won the pill formula, it would be a lifetime's worth. If it's just a pill formula, then I want to partake. P.8 as well. I have a pill called the Extreme Heaven Pill, which can allow people in the legendary realm to progress by leaps and bounds. Chen Shang said as he took out a few pills and distributed them to them, you guys can try out the effects of this pill. Even if you manage to cultivate world-defying stage divine source, you'll be able to sense it. You guys are afraid of the poison, I'll eat first. Yellow Heaven Dandevil said, then he ate it. After the other 3 Dandevils saw this, they also ate it. The high-quality Extreme Heaven pill was said to be able to allow a person to take 2 or 3 pills to reach the peak of world-defying stage legendary rank, and the difficulty of refining it wasn't too high either. Not bad, the TNU Dandevil said. In the infernal realm, the Dandevil city was rather famous. Many evil villains often came here to buy pills, but none of them possessed pills like the Extreme Heaven pill. Alright, you can join. TNU Dandevil nodded in agreement. He also wanted to get this pill formula very much. Soon after, Burning Sun Dandevil and Smoke Charming also agreed. As for our pill formulas, you can rest assured that they won't be that bad. The competent Tion will begin 3 days from now, and the location will be the Dandevil Arena in the middle of the Dandevil Plaza. The Burning Sun Dandevil said. Yellow Heaven Dandevil, Chen Shang and Long Yu left for Yellow Heaven Tower. Great, I only lost the pill formula. In any case, I have quite a few pill formulas that I can lose. Yellow Heaven Dandevil laughed. Senior Huang Tian, you have some confidence. Chen Shang didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Those fellows are too amazing. Although I defeated them, that was all luck. Yellow Heaven Dandevil shook his head. If you win this time's competent Tian, I won't mind giving you the pill formulas, hee. Are their pill formulas really that good? Chen Shang asked. It must be very good. They all love face, so they definitely won't take any poor pill formulas. After all, they all hope that the other party's pill formulas are better. Yellow Heaven Dandevil said, you'll know when the time comes. It's already late, you should go rest. Quote. Chen Shang and Long Yu stayed in the Huangtian Tower and arranged 2 luxurious rooms for them. At night, Long Yu went to Chen Zhang's room. Miss Long Yu, what are you doing here in the middle of the night? Chen Shang chuckled. Don't think too much, I just want to talk to you about something. Long Yu scoffed. What is it? Chen Shang laid on the bed and did not get up. Furthermore, there was still an empty SPACE beside his bed, as if wanting Long Yu to lie down. Long Yu walked over and sat down beside the bed. He crossed his arms over his chest and asked, have you seen Smoke Charming? I saw her. She seems to be a very coquettish woman. Chen Shang laughed. I know her, Long Yu said. She should have recognized me. Your friend? Chen Shang anxiously sat up and asked. To his surprise, it was someone that Long Yu recognized. My mortal enemy. And she has a great background. Long Yu snorted. This woman is not simple, you have to be careful of her. She has also cultivated the world-defying stage divine source, what can she do to me? Besides, there's you here. Chen Shang wasn't too worried. The first thing he did after sending the book was to look at the original content. Chapter 3780. Long Yu's sworn enemy was a pill refiner, which made Chen Shang curious. What exactly do you have against her? Is it the kind that doesn't give up until one dies? Chen Shang laughed. Or did she steal your man? Pooey. With her ability, how could she be qualified to fight with me for a man? Long Yu rolled his eyes at Chen Shang. It's mainly because this woman and I were in the same squad that went to explore the dangerous areas of the infernal realm. Because I'm stronger, I managed to obtain more things in the end. And then you started fighting. Chen Shang had already guessed the outcome. That's right, I had a fight with her after asking her out of HELL. In the end, it was a draw. Long Yu was very dissatisfied with such an outcome. This means that the Smoke Charming is quite strong. His alchemy skills are not bad, and his own strength is also very strong. Chen Shang said. What, you like her? You like this kind of woman too? Long Yu said unhappily. Of course not. Chen Shang curled his lips. She's only a little stronger than me in cultivation. If we compare notes in pill refining, she might not be able to win against me. That's true. You have to defeat her. Long Yu snorted. If you lose to her, I'll never look down on you. I still don't know the contents of the competent Tian. I have to go and ask Senior Huangtian when it's daybreak. Chen Shang suddenly thought of this. 6. It was already dawn. When Chen Shang walked out of his room, he immediately went to find Yellow Heaven Dandevil. Only until noon did Yellow Heaven Dandevil return. Senior Huangtian, I have something to ask you. Chen Shang asked after the Yellow Heaven Dandevil returned. I'm going to the Scorching Sun Tower. The Yellow Heaven Dandevil said. I'm going to discuss the specifics of the competent Tian, but I feel like there's no use in me going because I have nothing to do with it. I was going to ask you about the details of the complaint. Tian. Chen Shang laughed. You wouldn't be going to discuss this with them, right? That's what you mean. This complaint. Tian was held under the responsibility of the Burning Sun Dan Devil. He invited me to the Scorching Sun Tower to have a chat, but after we arrived, he said a lot of circa R.A.P. and made me come back. As for the details of the rules, that's his problem, he hasn't decided anything yet. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said. As for how it is, we can only wait until the complaint. Tian to find out. Then, have you seen the Smoke Charming? Chen Shang asked again. Strange, I really haven't seen her before. Old Demon Tianyu, and the Burning Sun Dan Devil are all here, the only one missing is her. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil asked in shock. How did you know she wasn't here? I'm just asking, Chen Shang said casually. I'm going back to my room. Previously, when Long Yu left Huang Tian Tower, although he did not say where he was going, Chen Shang knew that he was going to find the Smoke Charming. I hope Long Yu will not cause any trouble, Chen Shang thought. He Fengyuan had already gotten hold of the Shenyuan crystal ginseng for a period of time. She was certain that the Shenyuan crystal ginseng contained a large amount of world-defying stage divine source power, and was currently going to duplicate it with the Mei Jing sisters. Sijing, how are you doing? Can you copy it? Asked. The use of Shenyuan crystal ginseng was very large. If they could not copy it, it would be a pity. It can be, but it will definitely consume a lot of the Tao Creation's sacred crystals. Zhang Sijing said. Copying these medicinal ingredients that contain a lot of energy required them to consume the Tao Creation's divine crystals, and they also had to use the time arrays to do so. How many Tao Creation's holy crystals do I need? Chen Shang asked. A single Shenyuan crystal ginseng would require around 50 million Tao Creation holy crystals to make 2. Zhang Sime said. You still have 150 million Tao Creation holy crystals, that's only enough for 3. Chen Shang had also used up a lot of his Tao Creation sacred crystals, so he used Xiao Shanglin to refine armor. The demand for the Tao Creation's sacred crystals is getting higher and higher. Chen Shang sighed. Looks like I have to earn a little more Tao Creation's holy crystals. Well, we'll make 2 copies for you for now, He Fengyuan said. After replicating the Shenyuan crystal ginseng, you will not be able to start refining the pills. You will need other medicinal ingredients to complement it. Since He Fengyuan could match the pill formulas, Chen Shang would also listen to her. She was wearing a mask, if not Chen Shang would definitely be able to see something from her expression. You went to see the Smoke Charming? Chen Shang said while grinning. What's so funny about that? Long Yu's tone was very cold, and you could tell that she was unhappy just by hearing it. You guys are all people who have cultivated world-defying stage divine source. If you really want to fight, then you should be like hooligans. Chen Shang laughed. He had only started laughing when he thought of this scene. Don't think too much, Long Yu snorted. What happened to you? Speak up and cheer me up. Chen Shang laughed. It's all my fault, I shouldn't have gone to look for Smoke Charming. Long Yu said. Because I'm going to look for her, she wants to defeat you even more. Even if I fail, I'll only give her a pill formula. I didn't lose anything, Chen Shang said. He did not give the world-defying Dan Grain any pill formulas. Huajing Dan Grain were the most precious, he would not casually gamble with them. I told her you were my man. Long Yu said again. How can you speak nonsense about this sort of thing? You are ruining my good name. Chen Shang panicked. What is it? Am I not worthy of you? Long Yu said coldly. Not really. The main thing is that there's no such thing as a relations. H.I.+P between the two of us. Chen Shang did not want others to feel that he had this kind of relations. H.I.+P with Long Yu. I don't care, what do you mind? Long Yu took off his mask and said indifferently. Of course I mind, I'm a man who has a wife. It won't be good if it gets to my wife. Chen Shang curled his lips. Actually, this was a casual reason. Don't you go around talking about it next time. Chen Shang warned again. Being so close to the beast creation race emperor, it was not good to spread the news. Humph, Long Yu snorted. In any case, you have to win against that B.I.T.C.H. Smoke Charming. You're my man now, you absolutely cannot lose to that B.I.T.C.H. Chen Shang finally understood that the reason Long Yu went to look for Dan Devil was to brag about the powerful man who concocted pills beside her. Due to the restrictions here, she could not casually fight. Alright, I'm your man now. Let's sleep together. Chen Xiang curled his lips and said. Scram. Long Yu glared at him, then walked out of Chen Zhang's room. Xiao Xianglin laughed in the Yuyao Mountain Villa. You got flaunted by her. It seems that the powerful alchemist has a very high position in her heart. Furthermore, she has always been jealous of Dan Devil for his superior pill refining skills. Quote,